Remember everything that he knew got smashed,
You guys are so great.
It's mutants in the wind. Who is that? No. I think just be a thing. This is just the public. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, he's not used to that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, you are now tuned into the Fly Nerd Group podcast.
Hey, what's happening?
Very good. We in the place to be.
Oh my goodness! Day. Look, jam packed. I'm here. Look who's here.
Champ is back in the scene, baby.
Oh my goodness! He needs some sound effects. They can't hear it. But I got the sound effects popping, man. I got the sound effects popping.
Do my best, Jim Ross, real quick. Amby Warhol! It's back in that
What?
Yeah.
So it's Fly Nerd Group. We are here. We are bonding. We are chilling. We are updating ourselves with some new comic book information. Sure. We're just nerding out, just chilling, man.
Nightcrawler is Spider-Man. That's what we're checking out.
Spider-Man now.
That's bananas.
Yeah, man. You missed a lot of stuff, bro.
And it's Iron Man looking Sentinels walking all over the place.
I always felt Tony Stark power Sentinels would be a problem.
Yeah.
I
mean, like
Sentinels with Star Tech. Ooh,
oh, yikes!
It seems crazy.
So, I'm the host, Cosmo Galactus, moderator. One of the hosts. I just want to say host and shit. We're all the hosts. This is a Fly Nerd Group.
I'm the host with the most
bass.
This guy. Right here.
So, Cosmo Galactus, my man, side of me.
Cochise Soulstar.
I am the one. If you say my name 3 times, I will appear.
That's untrue. I done said your name about 5 times. Like, God damn it, Amby. What Amby ass is? I ain't seen Amby. That's 3 times in a row.
Caveat: you got to say it when I'm near and can hear.
17 times.
Come on.
Nah, I'm good. I'm here. I'm happy. It's awesome. Like, wow. This space is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Right.
That's how the Fly Nerds do. We motivate and push it out. So what we got over here?
Also got your boy, friend of the neighborhood, Corey Greene. What's happening?
Friendly neighborhood, Corey.
Got the everyday people's champ, Chauncey Woodson up in the scene.
Word up.
John Cena, Chauncey Woodson. I see what he did. Very good.
They're nice.
So man, we here. We chopping it up with the guys, man. We out here. We are building and shit, man. Welcome to the Fly Nerd Group podcast. Maybe I shouldn't have said the S word, but I said it anyway.
Which is the S word? You said it again.
It don't matter, man. So man, we here. What's been up? Hold up, man. Because look, man, the podcast been popping. I got thank God for Corey Greene. Thank God for Chauncey. Thank God for Sean, Cochise Soulstar.
Thank God for Cos.
Thank God for Cos.
Thank God for Cos.
Then there's a star screen.
Star
screen.
Hold on.
I shouldn't have gave him that title because he just took it and ran with it.
Literally. Oh my goodness.
I am West Coast bound.
That's my coronation.
Coast to coast, the Bay to Chicago.
So what's up? Where you been at, man? What's been your endeavors and all that?
The San Fran, Oakland territory. I've been dealing with my consulting life. Consultants know what the fuck that is. It's not glamorous. It's traveling from place to place, hotels, work, never having a home cooked meal, lots of liquor. And one day you wake up and months have gone by.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
See, like I said, it sounds good. It sounds good.
A little reckless there. A little reckless level, 60%.
But no, it's good out there. Making some good, positive connects, meeting some really cool people. Shout out to Jake from the Bay. I met him hanging out with Dwayne one night when we was out there. Shout out to Den Cobb Farms. They grow their own homegrown organic marijuana.
Oh, right.
Delicioso.
How can you bring me none?
Because you can't bring it on a plane in Chicago, Illinois.
You can.
You can now?
You can.
You
It's
can
like
figure it out.
if you fly from a state where it's legal to another state where it's legal, you can totally
I forgot
pack
it was
it.
legal here, I'll be honest. But next time I will bring you
Excuses. Excuses.
I will bring you a supply.
Start screaming at failed shockwaves in my experiments. Get out of my lab.
Put that on your to-do list.
But no, it's otherwise. Shout out to Steve and Maricela. Y'all my peoples. They've been putting me on with a lot of people out there in the Bay Area, a lot of the movers and shakers. So it's interesting out there. It's not Chicago. No place is Chicago.
Definitely. You ain't lying about that.
The influence of Chicago is definitely there.
How's the scene out there? Like is there a music scene? Is there a local music scene?
There is a scene.
Local art scene.
There's an art scene. There's a music scene. So the Bay is interesting because San Francisco is San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco is just like a big Lincoln Park with a couple of dirty areas.
Oh, okay. Okay, right.
But then you cross to the Bay Area, you go into Oakland, you're on the south side.
That's what Bay, I always
That's-
hear when you go to the West Coast, you got to go to the Bay.
Yeah, that's
The
where
Bay
it's
is
at.
right.
Now that area is different. It's fun. They got a bigger scene. I'm still tapping into that.
Okay.
Just starting to get my feet wet and really groove in it because the trick with crossing it from San Francisco to the Bay is the bridge and traffic. It can be a bitch.
Okay.
So, I'm navigating that, but I'm learning that the hip hop scene there, they got stuff more in Oakland. Just finding out where these spots are, of course.
Yeah. It's the Bay. It's always the Bay. I always heard the Bay.
Yeah.
The Bay is the spot. It's the spot to go.
And so, and I've learned that a few people here got some plugs out there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to figure out those plugs and then go back and make those connections.
Get it together.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Who is that?
Phil.
Oh,
Phil. It's Phil.
So, all right, man. So, welcome back, Amby.
thank you. You're far too kind. Hold your applause. This is your show, not mine.
I got the applause.
This guy right here.
This guy.
So let's get into it, man. Fly nerd style. What's up? Loosen up, guys. What's up? Y'all ain't drunk?
We ain't drunk enough. That's not. This is literally punch.
Punch. Yeah.
With no punch.
Yeah. Wow. So, hey, yo.
But we also got this.
Okay, yeah.
At least
I should have got
I replenished before I came in.
Yeah, I should have. But anyway, the strike ends, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it did, which is interesting.
The rider strike is now over.
I was actually worried because if it didn't end then, it wouldn't have ended till next year.
Yeah, right.
And if it ended next year, then we would have had that 4 months would have resulted in a whole year of no content.
That's what I was afraid of, and that's what I was saying on the last episode. It was like, yo, y'all content about to dry up for real because I seen it going to next year. And I was like, dude, we're going to have a whole year.
We called it last time.
Yeah.
Now, the last strike lasted, how long? Was it 8 months last time in 2008?
No, it was about like maybe 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6
Yeah.
months. Okay.
But the trick is with all of these things is you have to think of it in the direction of what we already had an issue during the pandemic.
Right.
And we literally just got back on track last year, maybe the end of last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this is now normalized Hollywood and we just get a strike again.
Yeah.
So we haven't had long enough to be stable.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention, Netflix has already figured out the secret because look at all the animations they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They've already found like
They kind of killing it.
yeah, they going where no one else needs to go. They were like, y'all can have all that. We going over here.
Yeah.
Y'all want to argue about that? We got our own lane.
It's non-stop. We're not stopping.
Well, because the strike didn't affect anything recorded overseas or that wasn't in America. So if you animated something in another country, that you're not subject to the same laws and rules. So when you do animation, you take it out the country, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just a beautiful niche.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like we was talking about like Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
Just Castlevania alone is like up there with like The Last Airbender and any other anime you can think of. Like it's top tier.
It is.
And it's got classic shit going on, and they continuing that. I didn't know it was gonna be a whole universe of the Belmonts, like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy.
I kind of put it together on the second season. I kind of put it together. I really really like Castlevania, dude. Like, in this season in particular, I mean, we're done with the Rise Strike because we can move on.
No, anybody?
Let's get on
okay.
Castlevania, man.
Yeah, we on Castlevania, but good because this is the shit, dude. Like, Amby, you didn't finish it, but man, dude, you will love it because, dude, they talk about Ogun, they talk about the Orishas.
They bring over the two African transplants.
Yeah.
The Edward and what's her name?
Arnett.
Arnett.
Now, was any of them in the games?
Yes, Ed and Arnett are.
Which game?
They were in Symphony of the Night. They're part of Richter's.
They were?
Well, they are mentioned in Symphony of the Night. They're part of his overall crew.
Okay. The actual Ogun?
The actual, yeah.
No, well, Ed and Annette.
That's who they look to.
That's who they look to.
They draw the
not Ed, but
they summon, They summon the powers of the Ogun.
Yeah, they do Papa Leg. They show Papa Legba in it.
Yeah.
That's
Papa, what I'm saying. I thought you would have been on this, boy. I put it in the chat. I was letting know, boy.
Oh, shout out Ogun. Shout out Ogun, please. Too.
Yeah, shout out Ogun.
Speaking of Ogun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I dig it too, man. I haven't really gotten to Castlevania really heavy with the lore. I played a few games here and there, and I did play Symphony of the Night, but I didn't finish it. But I really enjoyed the first anime, and this second I like a lot too.
They went fully in with this one.
And really, I'm really happy we're finally, after I don't know how many years, getting good video game-based film and animation content. It hasn't been terrible like Double Dragon, Super Mario Bros., and Dead or Alive. The old Super Mario Bros., the live action. I mean, we're really getting good content from video game properties, and I really dig that now. Wow. And Castlevania is like really up there. One of my top 5.
Yeah, that's actually one of the best games of that era.
Yeah,
and Devil May Cry is coming too.
Yeah, we get Devil May Cry.
Yeah, that's mine.
Well, so they're doing it different than the anime that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, because
came out years ago.
It was a long time ago,
like over a decade ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So they're updating it from that.
Yeah, but I mean, if considering what they're doing with Castlevania, I can imagine it's gonna be insane. You got a gunslinging, just wilding out against.
I mean, the first one was insane.
Even the new Tekken anime is really good.
The Tekken story is good. I do like
the
it.
Tekken
I haven't watched that either.
On Netflix, the Tekken anime, it was called Tekken Bloodline.
Yeah, Tekken Bloodline.
Yeah,
and Gamera is not terrible.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Tekken 3, you'll love this anime.
What'd you say, Gamera?
Gamera's not. Yeah, Gamera.
There's an anime.
There's an animated Gamera on Netflix right now. It's done the same style as the Godzilla ones.
Okay.
Like Netflix, is really earning.
Yeah, they in their space.
Yeah, they found their bag. They keep with me. It's like, I have to keep my $15 with y'all. Okay, I see what y'all doing.
Listen. They know fly nerds run shit.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah, this series went hard though, and I actually like the fact that they skipped Simon and Juice to get to Richter, even though Simon is my personal favorite.
I love Simon too.
Simon is my personal favorite, always will be classic, but I think the story for Simon, since it will be a return to Dracula, I think they're trying to avoid that. They're trying to avoid making Dracula the big bad every time they do something.
Right. Even though he technically wasn't the big bad. He wasn't. He faded. Only the first season.
Only for the first one. But I think since they were going to go back to that, they're going to want to show.
And he's really bad in the Simon Belmont series. Like he's just bad. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. He's pissed.
Because like in the first season, I was like, I see why he mad first season.
The first season he did.
He had right to be pissed off. It's like, dude, he ain't wrong. Y'all kind of F this up.
Yeah, this shit is y'all fault. The part you missing out. This is they go to Saint Domingue.
Oh my goodness.
So in this one, it's like a timeline. So they start in Europe, Paris, France, and all that stuff, and then they start to migrate. So these motherfuckers start colonizers.
Okay.
These vampires are colonizers and shit. So they had slaves.
Like the real bloodsuckers.
Yeah, real bloodsuckers. Who's evil enough and strong enough to hold a human for captivity for over 400 years?
Vampires.
Say less.
That's 40 years to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's nothing right now.
Yeah, that's 40 years to them.
This takes place 200 years after the first series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Annette was on that business.
What?
Business, yeah. Annette
I can't say more. I won't spoil anything.
Oh, shit.
She was on that business.
Yeah. Because stuff happens I'm going to talk about, but I can't say anything.
So
I don't know if you don't have to worry about spoiling for me.
Good.
No, I want Amby to like experience it. So.
Okay.
Well, we're talking to an audience as well. So
Yeah.
I am the audience.
Yeah, this ain't the only guy we got to entertain here.
Yes, it is.
But nah, this is dope because it's really touched on like actual historic events, historic culture, and stuff like that. And yeah, it goes into a deeper thing because these conversations is deep.
Yep.
You know, you talking to the slave master now, like, oh, you a vampire. Like you know, I heard how to stop you was because you listened to some Christian guy and she put all the crosses around them and shit. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh yeah, you just listen to some Christian guy and she put it to the side. Like that's just a tool to stop you.
And it's happening during the French Revolution.
And it's during the French Revolution. It's really dope, man.
It's really
and
dope.
I like that idea of weaving in like some of
stuff.
our historical stuff into their historical stuff because typically that's omitted and lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to take notes because we should have been doing that. But instead of always being so completely extreme to one side, where it's 100, and no disrespect for those creators, but like it's all 100% like an African deity with no other connection to anything. Like the world ain't like that. No. There's only one Wakanda, and that's in Marvel. Yeah, in the real world, there's no black civilization that doesn't have content.
And you know, when I speak and talk to other black creators, I'm glad you brought that up. I do always wonder why they create things in a vacuum.
Well, I get it because they think that's why white people are doing it with their stuff. But the fact is white people actually do live in a vacuum. And I mean that in the general sense of the average city that is not a major urban metropolis is a white city where they go outside and they don't see nothing but white people.
Right.
It's normal. I mean, we can go, 70 miles from here and there are cities that are just white.
Yeah.
So when you got people from those are people that create these stories. Like Marvel ain't from a bunch of people from major cities. Yeah. It's from small town who got an opportunity and they writing. They're going to tell a story from their perspective.
Now you get a few folks that are from like big cities like New York, Chicago, or Atlanta.
And those are the ones that create with like the extra stuff.
Yeah, because like Buddens is a big Luke Cage nerd. He loves Luke Cage, and he's a
Buddens is just awesome anyway.
Yeah,
like,
Buddens is awesome. Yeah,
like I mean, and that's the beauty of it is that we need to understand that the real value of creativity. Yes, you can create that world, but the world that we're really interested in, particularly here in America as Black people here, quote unquote African Americans, is like we got to have both sides because that's what we all know. None of us really know that one side, and none of us accept just that one side. That's why everybody wear fucking Nikes and a bunch of other shit that ain't from us, because we embrace all sides of it.
I think in general, just from, I guess at least for me living in Chicago, most people that grew up here, if you fluent enough, you see some everybody any damn way.
Yep. School full of Mexicans, whites, Polish,
Asians.
Yeah, my whole life experience has been dealing with every sort of shade.
Latino,
like I've never lived.
So it's common.
I've never lived in isolation. So when I write my own stuff, I'm like, well, I know this side, this side, this side, this side, that side.
Yep.
And our story should be depicting that, even like from a Black cultural perspective. It's like even our music, our love of music, all of our music genres are a combination of all music genres.
Yep.
Like we're like pretty much the embodiment of what on paper America looks like. Mm-hmm. We're the only ones in America who have that mindset, that where we embrace everything.
Yep.
My nigga's back, man. What the fuck, man? You dropping the jewels? Yo, what we on today, man? This is a great podcast. That's what we on. Our nerd group, yo.
Top tier podcast.
Top tier podcast.
Top tier of the world, baby.
No Joe Budden is quiet.
Top tier.
No Joe Budden. Save it later.
No Budden is
right. Unbutton your shirt.
We got the shot.
But yeah, you should take some time to watch Nocturne. It's fully worth it.
Very, very worth it. Yeah.
The Ed story is beautiful yet tragic, in my opinion. I think Ed's story is beautiful, tragic.
I was mad at first.
You know what? I was mad, but then when I looked at the list of expendable characters.
He was the one that clearly. I didn't feel no sorry. Hey man,
he just died a bad death though.
Nah, he died.
He died a bad death.
Look, I spoil it. Whatever. You running from some vampires. Don't be the last one trailing.
Yeah, that's not even allowed.
That's not.
Vampires
you the last one trailing. That's your ass. So they caught him and they took a bite out of the crime. But I love his development.
Did he survive?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Oh, so he's a Renfield.
No,
not at all.
he's
You'll see.
He's a night beast.
Okay,
Night creature.
But the way he was formed, his hands was covering his face. So it's like these hands was covering his face, so it showed like an emblem of shame. You know what I mean? So that was really dope to me. So when he did transition and you see that, it's like, oh.
Well, first it starts off as shame, but then I think the meaning translates once he realizes he can still sing.
That's when he learned his purpose.
And I thought that was
that's when he learned his purpose.
That's when he figured out his purpose. And then
he could sing.
Remember Night? Yeah, he was an opera singer. Remember Night Beasts were all. I mean,
they were human.
They were once.
They're the ones that don't turn into vampires. They have a.
No, remember the Forge Masters.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, he was one of those. He was made into a Night Beast by a Forge Master. But instead of being a slave fully to the
program, we know some of them can break free and do their own thing.
But the ones that this particular guy were making, they weren't like that.
Oh, they didn't.
Like this dude was no Isaac. He was bootleg. Yeah, this guy was no Isaac.
What's his name?
I forgot his name, but yeah, he's no Isaac.
He's no Isaac.
Yeah, well,
Isaac gave them free will. He gave them that opportunity.
But he's also no other guy either.
He's no other guy.
Yeah, he that bad.
He's neither one of those two.
This dude, he was a jerk. And see, that's why, man, I'm going to talk about it. So
go in.
Religion, they break all that shit down. He was a motherfucking abbot and shit, and he was running the church, and everything he was doing was in the name of God. Everything he was doing in the name of God, to a point where he's making deal with the devil, the actual devils, vampires and shit. To a point, they wrapped him up. Like, okay, well, you want to make a deal with us? We got this stipulation.
Yeah, he wanted to use them to put down the French
Revolution.
Right.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Right, the worst people to put down.
They're dancing, they're roaming in his church, and he's still saying, I'm doing this for God. And then the way he project that, it's just an empty feeling at some point. Because the next cut, you got these vampires chilling in the church, plotting to do this.
Well, this is dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
And his emotional connection to the other side is like, damn, dude, you about to do this?
Yeah.
Like, you really gonna
like
do
you
this?
really about to do
Are
this?
you serious?
Yeah. The old girl's heartbreak when she realized that he was on
and he set it up so bogus too, man. That shit was dope.
Like when she saw that shit, she like the mom, her face dropped. She's like, you are with. Because remember, the whole time she's like, the Abbot's a good man.
Yeah, he's
right. Abbot's a good man.
He's a good guy.
She had.
But that's the whole flip alternative perception of the religious. The person is on top. He's supposed to be for the community. He's a good man. And
it's a Scarlet Letter situation as well. It's a Scarlet Letter situation as well because he had a relationship with the woman that bore a child with her. Now she knew this, but she didn't know about the vampires. So when it all came out, her heart completely shattered because she was like, okay, because she was already having guilt by having a child with a man of God, but she was dealing with it.
Right.
She was like, I'm gonna raise my daughter. I'm gonna hunt these vampires. I'm gonna help out this revolution. I'm gonna do some right in this world. Right. But she still had faith that the. But
she had a lot of backstory too, because her sister caught an L too. It's
deep. And then we're waiting on season 2. So
which will be next year, hopefully.
Yeah, because they split it into 2 parts, like the first, the very first one. So
if Fool does it, it's gonna be 4 or 5 episodes, seasons of it.
Yeah.
So
they do a good job, man.
But I will say this: when I knew exactly when Alucard was coming. I knew it. I called it.
It was video gamers too.
I called it because I was like, "This is the all is lost moment. Everything's going wrong."
And then he would pull up.
Hey, what's up?
Need some help?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Nah, that line he told them, he was like, he landed, killed one, turned around, looked at the others, was like, "I've killed thousands of vampires. You can die here, or you can run and live." And they all exited.
At that point, they know who he is.
Let's go. They did the ages.
I told you I was going to mention those vampires.
The devil.
They did the ages from the Matrix.
Never underestimate the power of storytelling in animation. Because I'm hearing y'all talk about this, and I'm like, the complexity of this is probably there isn't a lot that I can say I get that from in like I get it from Christopher Nolan. And I think,
you mean just basic?
And because people, the dichotomy of how people perceive animation from live action, And the thought is that if it's animation, it's goofy, it's childish, it's comedy, it's jokey. But these animes don't have half the comedy of a Marvel or a Flash movie, for example. Mm-hmm. Like that shit is deep
or attempted.
Yeah, they don't even have to worry about landing it.
It's.
But Castlevania was always deep from the first series, man. I mean, I'm into
from the video game.
Yeah, from the video game. Yeah. But now it's like
the first animated series, the first season.
I don't know.
That blew my mind.
You man of God, you making deals with the demon. That's some hard shit.
Man of God.
And the demon's talking to you like, oh yeah, you pray to that motherfucker. He got your back. Like no, because I'm here right now.
Where he at?
Where he at, huh?
Where you God?
Like,
where you God?
And he knew his Forge Master stuff was not 100%.
So
level.
Wait a minute. So the preacher is the Forge Master.
Mm-hmm. The Forge Master, yeah.
And he's bootleg.
He's bootleg.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because it's not the ritual isn't being done correctly.
It can't be done right because he doesn't have the conviction. That's the thing that made like Isaac work because Isaac believed in it. He believed in the cause.
Yeah, right.
It has to have that. That's any magic. You have to have the conviction.
Magic is 100% intent.
Yeah,
you have to have the.
You can't be believing in God and believing this over here at the same time. And
no, you can't be wishy-washy.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. And I'm about to blow a few Christians' minds out there. Y'all know that there are spell books in the Bible. It's called Proverbs and Psalms.
Absolutely,
spells.
Songs of Solomon is 100% spells.
Those are spells.
I got them all. I got the sigils right here.
Those are spells, and so for people who say magic don't exist, they've been conjuring since the dark ages.
My Constantine spells.
They're there, but I'm not. I digress.
Let them. I mean,
let it be known.
That's the thing.
It's a spell
because that's the whole thing about this show. Is the whole breaking that fourth wall of all that belief system versus real system. You know what I mean? Versus magic system, all of that. Because old dude Richter, he was reluctant on the magic.
Well, he had access as a kid, and then that trauma blocked it
shut
off.
it off. And he was like, "Nah, I'm good." And he still was hand in hands. So I mean,
as a Belmont, hand in hand, gotta be you fighting vampires. You gotta be hand in hand. You gotta be. There is no option. No choice. You fighting against things that
zero options.
Yeah, you fight against things that could just plunge a hand through you.
They can travel. Easy. They can move really fast. They're really strong.
So you not only have to be quick, clever, deadly, precise,
and they're fast
as shit
because they know it.
And they kind of like manipulating too.
And remember, depending
in real life, watch out for energy vampires and vampires in real life. That's why I take so much symbolism of vampires. I really love vampires. You gotta watch your energy. You gotta protect yourself. Don't invite these motherfuckers in your energy.
Watch for 10%ers.
Yeah, watch all of that.
And if you ever watch What We Do in the Shadows, Colin is an energy vampire. So he be setting shit off.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, dude, that show is great.
Yeah,
that show is great. Remember when he go to the city council meetings and just stand there and irritate? He's like, I believe I had my hand raised.
What?
Yeah, he purposely goes to city council meetings as an energy vampire to piss people off by taking to feed all. Like he was in that room like.
Speaking of feeding off, I don't know if we talked about this before. Remember I mentioned how the creature from It and Mary Poppins are the same species.
Wait, what?
The one feeds off of fear, the other feeds off of joy. But they both, if you pay attention, they use the same. They show up after years of time. They merge with her. She comes and meets these kids. She uses her powers to show them things that make them happy, and she feeds off that joy, and then she just disappears.
Like the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, another one.
Like the Cat in the Hat.
Like these like that's like examples of energy vampires, like where it feeds off your fear. So when he show up, he gonna show you things you're scared of. Mary Poppins show you joy, and then she feed off of your happiness. Like Dr. Seuss.
But what does she do?
She doesn't do anything malicious. She just
but see, that's the thing. It's not if you're just, it's just about feeding off.
She's just an umbrella.
Well, the umbrella is just a symbol. Like he has balloons.
Symbolism. Yeah, it's all about symbolism.
Yeah, they always have.
It's all about the symbolism.
Yeah, we have fun with that. Like there's energy vampires are a staple in film. We just don't pay attention to it. Like even like Fatal Attraction. That was an energy vampire.
That was an energy vampire.
Oh yeah, you would dig What We Do in Shadows then. Because Colin is great, and then when he meets, he's an energy vampire, then he meets Evie, who is an emotional vampire.
Oh, shit.
And they have like a whole little battle in the office as to who can drain who the fastest.
Wow. Okay,
and she,
I'm watching this.
Like she say stuff like, "My mom is in the hospital again. She broke her back this morning when my cat died."
What?
Yeah, she would say shit like that to get sympathy. And they killed that one guy because they was having that back and forth. Like, "Can I talk to you? Let me tell you about my mom." And that guy was sitting there and he was just like, ugh. He just passed out because both of them was feeding off of him. It was energy and emotion. He was like, wait, he's trying to he was trying to listen to her tragedy, but listen to Colin like be boring. He was like, boom, and just fell out.
And that's
wow.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then there's the episode where Colin got all the power.
Right. Yeah.
When he felt like he finally he was like he got promoted at work.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Where is this?
It's on Hulu. What We Do in Shadows. It's like four seasons.
FX.
It's great.
It's FX.
It's developed by Jermaine Clement and Taika.
Right.
Oh, that never mind. Okay, yeah.
So and remember they did the movie,
Because the original movie, yeah.
I remember the movie.
Yeah. So now the show is based on the movie. Dude, the Vampire Council with Wesley Snipes is in it. He's on a TV at the vampire meeting. He's like, "Dark greetings."
What the fuck?
Because that's how the Vampire Council greet each other, and they're like, "Dark greetings, dark greetings, dark greetings."
I'm done. Okay, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Yeah.
So it's satire and comedy.
It's satire
And comedy, yeah.
Okay.
Like that. Was that Bad Omens or Good Omens?
Yeah, like there you go. It's in the same vein as Good
In
Omens.
The Office.
Yeah, because
It's the cinema style.
Yeah, they shoot a
That whole
documentary.
kind of realistic. Yeah.
They're shooting a documentary, which is funny because they don't have reflections, but they still show up on camera. They just suspended the belief there.
Just to add to that.
Yeah, just to add to the whole thing. But the documentary crew get in trouble too. They got left in that vampire house by themselves.
Yeah, man, it's funny.
It's funny as shit.
So y'all check that out.
And that's Taiki.
Yep.
Interesting.
Check out Castlevania Nocturne. So let's move forward, man. We're gonna go to space. Let's go to space.
Ahsoka.
Woo, what a show!
That's my favorite show of all this shit ever.
For real. So this your favorite Star Wars series?
This I was telling them on the ride here, this is the first series, if you think about everything of all the shit we've ever seen from Star Wars, this is the first series where we actually get to meet a master. Where they do everything. She know how to do everything.
Yeah.
But she's not a Jedi.
No, I didn't say Jedi, I said master.
Oh, master.
She's a master of the Force, just like Balin.
Yeah, Balin is a master.
They're masters of the Force, which means anything that Jedis can do, anything that Sith can do, they probably can do.
Well, as you see, they haven't done any Sith things. They've been doing all.
They're not going to, because Balin don't like Sith either.
He doesn't either.
And she don't like Sith. They're both the exact. That's why I love the show. They're mirrors of each other.
And we're seeing
receive different values of what to go after.
And we're seeing the Knights of Ren.
Yep.
We're fine. Yeah. So I didn't see the last episode, so I don't know.
I only saw episode 1. Yeah, I know.
What?
Leave me alone, Sean. Leave me alone.
But if you pay attention, this show has unlocked the floodgates on lore.
Well, it officialized Rebels, Bad Batch, and the Clone Wars CGIs as all canon.
Right.
Oh, Bad Batch is part of that too?
Yes.
All of this related.
Yeah, dude, when you see, wait till you get to the flashback episode with Hayden Christensen. That shit.
That shit was the one in the theaters?
Was that the one? Yeah. That's the one that they put.
All I know is that scene when after they leave from the battlefield
and he's walking
towards her and he flashes Vader and he says, "You lack conviction." Oh my God, damn!
Is like
I'm gonna say this. This show, Ahsoka, along with Obi-Wan, has re-solidified Hayden Christensen. Because if you think about it, back in the prequel days, everybody was bitching, moaning, and whining.
For good reason. In Attack of the Clones, he was not good. But in Revenge of the Sith, he killed it.
I said that for years. People fought me the hardest. It's like, dude, despite what you think about the prequels, at least the third was really good. And
scene where he talked about when he sat in that room and talked to Sidious, and he was explaining to him about Dark Plagueis the Wise, and he was sitting there. From that moment on, it was done. You saw the change. It's like just like in this, you haven't seen it yet, but that scene where he's fighting her. First of all, did you see how perfect his saber skills were.
Oh yeah,
perfect.
Is he interchanges because first he's just Anakin and then
his Vader style.
He's taking her through it.
Yeah,
he's taking her through his stages.
And when he went through Vader style, dude,
she couldn't touch him.
She's cold though. You can't. She did not
back down.
No, she cold.
You can't
I mean, she was trained by him.
Yeah, you can't really discredit her. But this is a duel because this Vader at this point, and I just like it because it's the realization, and she actually know like you were evil because she get him. She could have got him, but she held back. She was like,
otherwise she might have been him.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you might. Damn it.
Which is what was that was the lesson anyway. Yeah. Like that was his Force Ghost lesson to her.
Right.
Which is that like
none of that shit matters. Which is what she realized. Right. She finally realized what she was running from, which was you don't have to be a fucking Jedi, be yourself.
Right.
Which is what Balin already figured out.
Yeah.
And Balin don't have no qualms.
Balin is convicted. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. I'm kind of that. It bums me out.
To carry that character.
I think Balin has to. I think Balin has to go off into the sunset.
No, he's too important now.
But Ray Stevenson's dead.
It don't matter, man. They will find somebody. There's some people, you know somebody Ray who Stevenson could carry that role. Keith Urban.
Yeah.
Keith Urban could replace him.
He can.
Keith Urban can act.
You mean Carl Urban?
Carl Urban, my bad. Not the
like the country western. I was about to say.
I knew what you say.
I was about to be like, yo, Costello.
Carl Urban.
I need to sort him out of here.
No, Carl Urban could replace him.
We ask you to leave.
But if you think about it, the thing that makes Balin as a character dope is the way he was portrayed. He portrayed the perfect balance where you really didn't know what his motivation was until the end. And you still don't really know. You haven't, he's still figuring it out. He just knows, I hate Sith, and the Jedi really weren't what they thought they were. That shit. And that's the same thing that Ahsoka thing. And that's the same thing that Luke thought. That's the same thing that fucking Rey thought. Everybody
thought that too.
Obi-Wan thought that. Remember, Obi-Wan defied the council too.
Matter of fact,
I'm going to train Anakin. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all don't know everything. Qui-Gon was a gray.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon and Dooku.
That was the thing back when a lot of this stuff counted. There were many dissenters to the council, which is one. The only bone I have to pick with any of this is that those missing the fact that they excluded the Thrawn, the Timothy Zahn Thrawn stuff is excluded. They've gone as record. They're saying that only his rebel stuff counts. So because it's a lot of development that Thrawn went through that is now just.
But I appreciate it because the way they're setting up now is saying that Thrawn was a person that Palpatine knew he couldn't control.
Yeah.
So he let him go.
So let's break down Thrawn. Let's get into Thrawn because I think moving forward cinematically, he's going to be that dude.
And here's the thing: Thrawn is not evil in the sense that people think. He's pragmatic. His whole thing is protecting the Chiss, which is a race we don't see.
Well, let me ask you this: can he predict the future?
No. He's just smart. He's autistic and he's a genius. Okay. So you put that together, the way he looks at things.
He gets information from the witches. His information comes from the witches.
And also from the questions he asked.
Yes. He
asked the right questions. If you pay attention in this series, every time he's talking, the things as he puts things together, they'd be like, remember the witches said, we didn't foresee this. And he was like, well, tell me about this unforeseen threat.
And Thrawn is one of the few generals that rules via cooperation and not fear. People don't fear Thrawn. They want to work with Thrawn.
But the Sith fear him. Which is why they let him go off on his own. Because they was like, well, we know we can't outsmart you or manipulate or control you. So yeah, you go do what you need to do.
He's not a Jedi or nothing?
He's nothing. He's just smarter than everybody else.
He's Baron Zemo.
He don't have to force.
Yes, he's Baron Zemo. Yeah. He's Baron Zemo.
He just has militaristic might. He just rolls through the ranks of the Empire.
Really?
So those
but it still makes him.
But his motivation though is not for the Empire.
No,
it's not for the Sith.
It's for his people.
It's for the protection of the Chiss, his people.
Yeah, his people, which you don't see.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a shit about ruling he's not out to
he's ensuring that his people
he just wants to ensure that his people are good.
So
it's a different type he's more Namor than anything.
Okay.
Which is also unfortunately part of his downfall, which they showed in the Rebel series, is that that's his weak point, because he's not going to really get his hands dirty. He's not a capable fighter. He's not a capable fighter. Yeah. He always surrounds himself with tons of protection.
The elite guard comes from his people, from his soldiers.
From his soldiers.
When you get those guards that wear the red,
right?
That's from his people.
Oh, really?
Because he is smart.
So let's get into the witches and all that. So I haven't seen too many use magic in like dead zombies and stuff like that, which I thought some of them scenes was ridiculous. Because I mean, stormtroopers got masks on, dude. They shouldn't be so like zombie scary, so to speak. Why?
They're supposed to be.
They can't bite you in that.
They're supposed to be scary.
They can't affect you.
Yeah, but they're scary.
They're stormtroopers.
They're going to shoot their guns better.
It's the intimidation factor.
So remember, I was just saying, like the elite guard, those are his peoples. He's the guy that figures out tactics. He didn't agree with the Death Star. He said, "We don't need that bullshit."
It was a waste of money.
Yeah, he was the one who was against it. Which is why when you see the Death Star, he's nowhere near that. He was like, "Well, you guys go do that. I'm gonna go conquer these planets."
But you know, there was one person.
How did they make that? They went to a Radio Shack.
No, one person on the other side who he kind of feared was Mara Jade.
Well,
because he didn't know she existed.
Yeah,
he when she.
That's the thing. Wild cards he doesn't like because he can't calculate.
He doesn't deal well with.
But he predicted Ahsoka very well.
He didn't predict Ahsoka. He already that's a calculation because he told her, I thought you were smart enough to know not to ever assume anything about a Jedi. He told her that. That's how he knows how he dealt with Jedi, and he beats Jedis with no powers and no weapons and nothing. So
Baron Zemo.
I want to see how this.
But he doesn't. It's a matter of commanding the Force, not so much that he did not. And when I say Force, not the Force, but
the actual military force.
So what's the witch's powers? That's some
other shit from the ancient days. So when we talk about the Knights of the Old Republic, we're getting into now the fact that they're in another galaxy. We have never seen this in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
They always been in one galaxy. The ability to transport there.
Yeah.
Never been done. They don't have that power. That was the first time.
Was like, it's kind of like a one-way trip. They're
traveling through what they call the void, which is where there are no stars. It's just darkness. So to get from one galaxy to the next, it takes a lot of power. Or as Spaceball said, ludicrous speed, which is what they went into.
They went plaid.
You see that? They saw the colors. It's not just lights going by. It's plaid. They going. That was pretty funny because like the first time that the real story borrowed from the
actual parody.
Yeah, the parody.
Yeah. Back and forth.
And did you notice though the Star Trek shout outs? When did they have bridges like that in Star Wars?
So we're getting to that. But see, now we're getting to that point where we dealing with the reality of
the military
what we thought was Star Wars was only the Rebels. Rebels are not the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. It's so expansive.
So now we're getting to
the expanded
Star Wars.
Yes,
because the Rebels are just like the people that's running around with spears or fighting on the Vietnamese during Vietnam War, right? But the real technology, like that fucking star map that none of them rebels knew about, that's the technology that we don't understand because now we're getting into the technology that's advanced for this universe.
Okay,
that's where they just went, where what they call magic because it ain't the Force. But it is the Force.
So those golden-faced stormtroopers, what's that?
That's just elite guards.
They're just fucked up because they've been in another universe. They don't have the resources to do that armor. So that's why it's all tied up and glued back in the cracks and shit. Yeah, they just they've been sitting in that universe for a decade. They've been there for 10 years.
They just been chilling.
Something special.
Nah, they were just in a decade for 10 years and they stuck there.
Wow.
That's why your boy when he showed up, which I love the fact that.
Because Ezra?
You know Ezra, right?
Yeah.
Ezra was who your boy Maul wanted as an apprentice because he said, "Yo, you something."
Yeah, Ezra is super Force touched. Super.
Ezra don't need no lightsaber, as he said. I don't need that. I'm good. He didn't need a gun.
He made one.
Yeah, but he didn't need one. Is my point. He didn't need a lightsaber. He didn't need a gun. Okay. He sat there and dealt with that fight and didn't have a weapon. While she got a gun and a lightsaber struggling.
Yeah, she had.
Oh wow!
Remember, he was fighting her. He was blocking it like nothing. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, he was just doing his thing. He been sitting there training by himself all this time.
And he had a good trainer in his young days. Kanan is a beast.
Kanan also went through the dark side and back too.
Yeah.
So more reason for me to watch Rebels.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because
I told you there's a lot of watching.
I know.
The Rebels is really what you need to watch to understand this. The only thing other than that is the lore.
Episode 1, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like episode 1.
All the characters are Rebel characters.
Yeah, the Rebel characters, yeah.
Other than Ahsoka, who is also Rebel.
Yeah, she was in the last season of Rebels.
Yeah, she was in Rebels, but also they touched on the Mandalore battle.
Yeah, they did. They did.
I was like,
It's okay. Am I wrong for assuming that Ren is just not the greatest Mandalorian? I feel like her fighting skills is not that great. Ren
sucks.
Ren, she's not
that great anything.
Yeah, she kind of
because she's not. Again, he's like. I love that lack conviction because that's her story.
Oh, Ren has zero conviction.
She lacks conviction for anything
except finding Ezra.
Well, yeah,
she don't give a fuck about number 5.
But
I figured that out.
I was watching her fight, and I was like, okay, the first fight when she was really playing Robin to Ahsoka's Batman was cool.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That was dope.
Supportive fighting.
Yeah. But when she got on her own,
no, she ain't got. She forgets she's a Jedi half the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
She forgets, and then she's a conflict of interest because you're a fucking.
I think it's a
Mandalorian.
You're a Black Klansman.
Exactly. She's a Black Klansman.
She is a Black Klansman.
Like she should be cold as hell
because she's a fucking Mandalorian who became a Jedi.
Right.
The Jedi slaughtered the Mandalorian.
So you're a Cub Sox fan, gotcha.
Yeah. Like if she understood what that meant, you're the best of both worlds. If you tackle and grasp, embrace your Mandalorian side and embrace your Jedi side, but she can only be one or the other, and that's
she
what
fails
fucks her
at
up.
both. Okay.
Yeah, she fails at both.
That is very binary thinking. Expand your box. You can be both a Mandalorian and a Jedi.
It would be Grogu.
Diversify your bonds.
Grogu.
Diversify your bonds.
Diversify your bonds, motherfucker.
Shout out to Jizza and Wu-Tang Financial.
Yeah. She does. She's making it where she has to choose when she doesn't.
No, that whole first battle when she got to the planet. Which at first I thought they called it Druidia, like as in Spaceballs. Yeah. Like, all these not. It wasn't Druidia. But when she first get there, remember when she's out there on the rat wolf, whatever the fuck that thing is?
Yeah.
And she get attacked? Remember at first all she doing is using her armor to block and using her gun to shoot. You're a fucking Jedi with a lightsaber. She had to get disarmed from all her weapons to realize and get knocked on her ass. Oh yeah, I got a lightsaber.
But that it was that confidence thing.
It's just an idiot.
But she's more confident in her skills as a hand-to-hand combatant.
And she sucks at that too.
Than she is as a Jedi.
She sucks at both because she should have been able to handle that squad. And she could when she was when they was the rebels when they were younger.
Everyday life, yeah.
Man,
she put that armor on. It was like Iron Man.
Yeah, she was a badass. But when she started training to be a Jedi, it's like she lost the edge of that part. And then she stopped training that way. So then she lost the Jedi.
Oh, so she fell off. She
fell off all around.
She did the Gohan, huh?
Yeah, she's a Gohan.
She's a Gohan.
Wow. And then she got lazy. Yeah, she got lazy. So now she got to get it back.
So she needs a the trainer.
Piccolo.
She need a Piccolo.
Well, that's her Ahsoka, but Ahsoka ain't got time.
She got time.
Ahsoka ain't got time.
She didn't listen to Ahsoka anyway.
Yeah, she don't listen to nobody.
She didn't listen to Ahsoka.
She's had multiple. Like she was around Ezra.
Right.
Ezra's a fucking badass. And you can see that he ain't been around nobody for 10 years.
Yeah, he good.
He was fine with the rock people.
Yeah. He was
rock crab people.
As a Jedi, Ezra had that unique ability to talk to anything.
Who knitted?
He could talk using the Force. He could talk to any living thing.
I have an important question though. Who knitted them little crab people clothes? Because they don't have hands that can hold scissors.
Ezra, you're terrible.
Who knitted them clothes? My man had on a 3-piece suit. Under the rock, he had a vest with a jacket and a little gold chain, like attached to. Who's knitting?
Well, who made their technology?
Sean, he did coordinate.
He did coordinate. Matching little fit.
Man.
He had claw hands.
Never underestimate the power of the handicap.
He had claw. He's not handicapped. He just got claw hands.
So he did the Zoidberg.
Yeah, he's a Zoidberg. Yeah, they're Zoidberg. They're all Zoidbergs. They all little Pokemon-style Zoidbergs.
Wow.
Y'all wildin', man. So yeah, check out Ahsoka if y'all have
That's
it.
a valid question.
It's a very
No, man. No.
this guy, man.
No. That's not cool.
You showed me a crab person with slacks. He had slacks on.
Krabby, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, I want to know who's stitching clothes for SpongeBob, except for SpongeBob, who got hands. Who's stitching clothes under the sea?
Patrick has no hands. He got stuff.
Exactly. At least he just pull on shorts.
When he would eat ice cream, that shit's hilarious. He'd be holding the cone like this.
But anyway.
Moving on.
I wasn't even high when I asked that question.
Imagine that. Oh my goodness.
So look, y'all.
No microdose?
I'm gonna ask it again later.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna send you a text message, Amby, how they design them clothes.
I'm not going.
All right, y'all. So let's move forward with the time traveling. And let's talk about
Loki.
Good old Loki.
What a opening.
That's what I said.
What a opening.
What a freaking opening, bruh.
Go ahead.
Bruh.
Dude, the fact that they managed to do the scenes and like almost like a song round where it was like one person was right here and one person was right there.
that was my favorite scene when they
was
went back in time and figured out something in real time, which it was actually the past because Loki was time jumping. So
he was time slipping.
He was time slipping.
As a problem, like something's wrong.
It was wrong.
Oh, because he's out of his timeline.
Because
what happened?
Lots of things.
When Sylvie socked into the portal, that portal was not another world. It was in the past of the TVA.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So the TVA actually does run on a timeline.
Exactly.
It's their timeline.
They didn't know it's a time there is. They don't know about it.
Yeah, so Loki was bouncing back, talking to people who thought should know him, that didn't know him.
That explains
They never met him.
They never met him because it wasn't time yet. And so eventually he started talking to the one guy, Short Round, and they started putting together everything between Mobius in the future and Loki in the past. They started putting together what was needed to stabilize Loki. But it was almost like having a song going around where one verse starts after this, and then it all of a sudden syncs up at one part.
And Loki would time slip randomly.
But in the meanwhile, he picking up clues and stuff.
Yeah,
he heard the audible of Kang Rinsler. You know what I mean? So, and
there's more questions afterwards.
Yeah.
There's even more questions.
Yeah, and
so this show good.
And so as he's talking
one
to
episode, it hit.
One episode. I wanted more. This is what I hate because versus talking about Castlevania when I watched it 2 or 3 times straight, I have to wait for the next episode.
But I love it because that gives us the time to do this.
The time to marinate and talk and
go into it. Because remember the good old days when we was on IG doing it after every episode of of WandaVision and we was going in. That's like it's just like you don't get that no more because it's just like throw you in this stuff.
Well, this is bringing that back. This is definitely bringing that back.
It's so well done.
Very well done. Great actors too.
Yeah, great actors.
It was
Owen Wilson is.
Everybody who had a speaking.
I really like Owen Wilson.
Everyone who has, but the guy who forgive me for blanking on that.
The big Samoan dude is who you calling Short Round?
No. Remember the actual Short Round from Temple.
What character was he in Loki?
He's a new character.
He's a new character. He's a new character. He's working in this one kind of like cataloging area.
Okay.
And so what was funny is that Loki tells him something in the past. Mobius is sitting there in the future, and Mobius asks, he's like, "Do you have a?" He was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "Wait,
I do."
Because Loki had just said it in the past, and it caught up to Mobius in the future.
So this
writing is nasty.
Yeah, that's tough.
And see,
that's my favorite scene in there because it was real time. It was like some they up and Back to the Future. Like
so Loki is the center of the Marvel universe right now.
I believe he is.
In terms of because this sounds like some next level shit.
I think that this is what this is all leading up to.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And he's the only person that knows who the fuck Kang is.
Well, he told Mobius. He told Mobius.
I mean, in the sense, in terms of Marvel,
in the hero world.
Yeah,
he's the only one that knows this.
Yeah,
him and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man knows that. Ant-Man knows him, but don't know him.
He don't know the capability.
Right. Which was important.
Loki know the capabilities, and he know the end game.
He understand what it's really about.
He understand the end game.
And see, Ant-Man just kind of got tossed in the middle of Kang.
Version of Kang.
And got
his ass whooped.
And he could come back, I faced him, oh boy.
No, you don't know. You don't know what the end game is.
Yeah, but he don't know the end game.
Because he still don't know about multiverse.
Which is important at the end of Ant-Man, because he actually questions, like, did I win? Did we win?
No, he didn't win.
And then Ant-Man was kind of like, is everything even remotely okay?
Yeah, he was asking the big question. He was asking the right questions. He was asking the right questions,
but he's an idiot.
Well, he's not an idiot.
But
he's an idiot.
Well, yeah,
it's kind of
idiot. But like this situation,
he can't figure it out. It would take a Reed Richards or something.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, I like the question, breaking the third, fourth wall of like, I don't know what's going on. And he's a manipulator. You look in Loki, different times, Kang was hiding. You know what I mean? He had to reveal.
He was there, but he wasn't exposing himself.
So by that
time, Michael Myers in the first Halloween.
What?
Yeah, he's like in every what they're hinting at is that Kang has always been there.
Well, we know that,
right? Well, I'm saying, but they're really showing it now. Like it's like the heavy-handedness of his influence is now being seen.
Because like in the comics, he was in every time period. Because he would go back in time to different time periods to do different things every timeline. He's everywhere.
He did. He did kind of do that in the comics until he got stupid. But that was. But
he got stupid.
Kang in comics, Kang always overreaches. Kang is the king. He overreaches more than Doom does. Kang is like Kang can show up and be like, you know what? I'm from the future.
I got power. This is how.
Right.
Don't try to use this against me though.
He's like, I'm about to do this. Fuck all y'all. And my plan is flawless because I'm Kang. And then one simple thing.
Some dumb shit,
one simple thing.
You forgot one thing. I have virus. You know, like Iron Man be like, I can get you.
Well, Loki's like legit scared. He's kind of like, yeah, we got rid of one bad guy, but a whole bunch of them are coming and they're going to be worse than the one bad guy we got rid of. Right. Oh shit, we got to get ready.
But they didn't get, that's the worst part is he didn't even get rid of the bad guy.
He didn't.
That version.
He actually kicked it off.
Well, Sylvie did, but yeah.
Well, that's not a bad guy. That was not a bad.
That's the cool part. Like we rewatched the first season. It's kind of like, yeah, we don't know if he's really 100% bad.
He's neither.
This is the guy that said this needs to happen, so this can happen, so these heroes can do this, and so that he understood that what needed to happen and what was good. He didn't say like, yeah, I wanted the Avengers to lose. He said, no, the Avengers, I need to know.
So you think
He Who Remains was a chaotic neutral.
Yes. I 100% chaotic.
Yeah, because he's like, if y'all don't have me, it's going to get 1,000 times worse.
And then the Kang that we saw in...
So you don't think he was manipulating the situation to get killed to bring the Kang?
No, he didn't want to do that.
No, because
he wanted to... He was the one... I still think that the one that they killed was the one from Ant-Man. I think he gets pulled into that zone that he's in, and that's where he gets stuck and meets Azila.
I think it's another way. I think that's one version of Kang. He went through all this bullshit, become He Who Remains to win the multiverse war, make sure everything's straight. I think those two guys are one and the same.
Kang's history,
they went through a whole cycle.
Yeah. And Kang's history in the comics, becoming Immortus has always been his fear. Immortus hates who he was as Kang.
Right.
Immortus hates his time as Kang, which is why he does what he does as Immortus to make sure he always becomes this. Okay. Because he hates what he's done, because he recognizes the damage that he did to the timeline and the multiverse with purely selfish-based actions. The Kang that we know as the Conqueror is actually pretty immature and kind of a child almost. He throws tantrums.
And
he does.
He throws tantrums.
There's no wife involved in
it. Right?
So there's no Renslayer trapped in the... that he's trying to say.
No, we don't know.
I got a theory. I have a theory.
Renslayer walked off, and then, like I said, it was an audible message of him talking to Renslayer like, yeah, thanks for helping me out.
Now, I have a theory with her.
Got you. So it could end up being that situation where Renslayer is the reason he's doing all this too, to save her.
She's not in trouble. I don't know.
Not yet. I mean, like,
I have a theory with her. I believe because in the message said you were integral to this war. I kind of think that was his chick. Yada yada yada. They're involved in the multiversal war. Something happened where he demoted her and wiped her memory. That's what I believe happened.
Because that was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, a lot of people, because she got demoted.
Well, they're all, everybody that's a part of the TVA.
The memory is blank.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, on their variants, some of them have their memory have been changed.
They've been placed there from other places, too. Because they're from all over. That makes sense.
But also the memory has been wiped, too. That's the second layer they've added to that, too.
And that's the other thing. Kang is very tech-based. A lot of people forget that once you batter his tech, he's kind of like no matter how high tech you are, you can still caveman a computer.
Yeah, but he'll still beat the shit out of you.
When you take his tech away,
he beat the shit out of you, man.
Ant-Man's not a hand-to-hand combatant. Cap dog walked his ass.
Well,
he sure did.
But Cap is a super soldier.
But other people,
a regular human.
When he went big and Cap still whooped his ass.
I think that he'll beat most non-superpower people with his hands.
Nah, Shang-Chi handled him too.
No.
Kang,
because you would think this guy is like from future and been living through all these timelines.
He should know all.
He's like the guy that Bruce Lee doesn't fear. Kang has practiced 10,000 kicks, but not one kick 10,000 times.
There you go.
Thank you, Sean.
Be water, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
Also, the next wild card. What the hell is and where is Miss Minutes?
She's just a program.
Miss Minutes is not a program.
We don't know that.
She's a program.
No, she's not a program.
We don't know that.
She also
a sentient program, but a program.
I'm not sure if she's a program versus she's another entity that he put in that.
I think she's tech.
Nah, I think she's tech ran by Kang.
She works with Kang.
I just think she's
just a simple machine.
I just think she's
simple AI.
I think she's like
nah.
That's when she's Ultron.
I heard something else. I heard
she's Mephisto.
Problem.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Mephisto's still coming up. They talking about Mephisto is going to be in such and such episode of such and such shit.
Bull.
I'm so
Mephisto is
the greatest Marvel character of all time.
I didn't want to really care about him.
I didn't care about him.
The Mephisto window is closed.
Yeah,
to me, the Mephisto window is closed for now.
What makes Mephisto cool is that he can still show up at any point doing anything and he'll be relevant.
Yeah.
And but the fact that everybody knows that is why they won't give it to us. They know it.
It needs to be the right story at this point. WandaVision, to me, it fit. Everything else is going on right now. I don't think it.
But here's the trick. Why do you think he wasn't a part of WandaVision? Just because he wasn't in that one season, which was only 6 episodes?
I don't think he fits in what they were going for. What they were doing.
We still don't know who's behind Agatha.
Agatha's behind Agatha. She's a genuine witch.
No, we don't know that. She never said that.
Y'all know this shit is always grand schemes. What's the grand scheme? Agatha, she's the only witch out there.
No, it has to be more than that.
It gotta be more.
But it has to be somebody.
She has all her own shit she wanted to do.
We don't know that.
But she's getting her own shows.
I don't think that's from the heart. That's from her heart.
No, I think that there was manipulation and then gold. Like someone has imbued her with a task. And she went down that path.
Now, unless
I would hate to even
crazier theory,
that would be horrible. Agatha has always been her own.
She's been her own.
Like she has never answered to nobody. So to me, that's actually neutering the character.
Not serving him, but again, there's the concept of like when Norman Osborn joins up with somebody for mutually beneficial purposes.
Yeah, but Agatha is also smart enough to know you don't enter Faustian bargains. Like she's just always.
She was going to use the fucking Darkhold. She understands joining up with people.
She understands using a magical tone, which is different than joining up.
That's the Darkhold. You have to make a deal, a covenant.
No, you can.
Just use it.
You can just use it.
Nobody that used it just walked away. That was the whole point.
The point.
They don't walk away unscathed.
They don't walk away unscathed.
But Agents of Shield got fucked up for 2 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Like you make a deal,
but it wasn't a deal.
It's not a deal. It's just the feedback of the book. The book is immensely powerful
because who imbued it with power? Somebody.
Chithon. They said
that, exactly. Yeah. You have to do that.
Well, this I know, but you can go. Any of us in here can pick up any magical text and read the spell. As long as the intent is there, you don't have to make a deal. You cast it. Now, whether you prepare for the feedback, because magic always has a cost.
So you got that Majin Buu M on your forehead.
I mean, that depends on. You got to be careful and know what you're doing. Don't enter shit lightly, and don't do shit lightly. Otherwise you don't. People who
because her dumb ass realized that was a Scarlet Witch and still thought she was gonna handle it.
Yeah,
sounds like somebody ain't that smart.
Although I have one small theory, I don't know how it'll pan out, but I think parts of it does. I kind of think the last few movies and shows all have a piece of something Kang related, especially Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, and maybe even the Eternals.
So let's talk. Let's
start with Shang-Chi. So that piece I think was definitely something to deal with Kang.
So I think that even Kamala
too
is I think all of these technology pieces,
her bracelets, I know that's for certain.
I think they're all connected to that.
To Kang.
I think that the technology that as he's been in different time periods, he always
that's what he dropped
remnant.
to something.
Yeah,
he was in battle or something. He dropped it. God damn it!
or he
or one of the variants dropped something.
Or he forms Kane Corp, and so he's actually there.
The Council of
Kane. All these different things. So it's like he's leaving remnants of himself all over, both accidentally and intentionally. Because if you think about it, if I want to leave seeds of myself throughout time, so when I get there in the future, I collect all that shit. Now
and then I'm super. I got my own.
I got all my shit. Yeah.
So where's Shang-Chi?
Right now, we don't know. We don't know because they haven't showed up since the movie.
You said, where is he?
I don't know.
He's training to be an Avenger.
Where's the connection of Kang?
The bracelet. The bracelets.
Remember the bracelets?
They think the bracelets came from one place, but they don't really know.
They're over 1,000 years old. It said older than that. And then Captain Marvel said, and even Bruce said, you don't know where the stuff is from.
Yeah, they said they couldn't recognize the power source.
Kang about to come
in. So that could be a nihilist technique.
Yo, man. Yeah. So the rumor is...
And it allows them to travel.
The Shang-Chi ring?
The bracelets and the chunks. So remember, Shang-Chi, he was able to use those bracelets for long life. Time.
Right, his father,
which is time
they lived 1,000 years because of the bracelets.
Yep.
So there's a rumor that this Avengers coming up, Kang is going to clean house.
I hope so.
So all of that, what y'all say, actually makes sense because he come
get
his power, be full power. Yeah.
All the pieces
they
that
said
make him
he
that
gonna
guy.
wipe out the Avengers and they're gonna focus more than X-Men. So I don't know how that.
I
works.
don't believe that. That one I don't.
Well, no. So I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And what they said was that he beats what is known as the New Avengers, and in beating the New Avengers, the remnants of what's left over have to, and that's what ties into what Deadpool is doing, which is going through the multiverse, meeting different. It's basically Deadpool kills the Fox universe, but in that process, he's also meeting other
multiverse
characters.
Avengers from the Fox.
Exactly. So all of these versions, so like the Fantastic Four and all these different variations can all pull up because Deadpool can be like, oh shit. So they didn't get to use Deadpool for the Infinity Saga, but they can use them for this.
For this and that. Okay.
Although I have a theory they may use some somewhat secret Avengers dealing with Kang Dynasty, possibly.
Okay. I'm with that.
Now, my next gripe is I kind of think they're going to do something different with I think New Avengers is going to be the Young Avengers.
No. It's going to be the oldest. It's going to be Avengers.
You're talking about the new Captain America.
Yes.
Which we already have. I'm talking about all the younger, the young.
No, the actual variant.
I know. No. I'm talking about the younger Avengers in the MCU. They're taking so long to do Young Avengers.
They're not going to be able to fight against Kang.
I know. I'm not saying
kill kids, dude, on film.
No. And Sean can confirm it. They had the story with Young Avengers dealing with Kang.
Yeah, their first thing was Kang.
Yeah, but it was not serious.
Now, and I believe, although I could be wrong.
Did you not read that book? Yeah, it was.
They may do a version of New Avengers where all these younger people are in the Avengers team dealing with Kang. That's kind of my guess.
That would be a part of the movie, like the first.
I don't want to see the full feature of the kids fighting Kang.
No, it's going to be the first part of the movie because what makes the movie great? Unless you have somebody try to fight, a team try to beat Kang and can't. So then they got to get the OGs back. So they got to go figure out how to find these OGs in the multiverse.
Or vice versa.
That's why you're right. Yeah. That's why you
got to have them.
Because they didn't bring them in for nothing. They're there for a reason.
You got to have them lose.
They show almost every Young Avenger.
Oh, they're going to lose. They're all losing. I don't care what team you build.
Now, Sean, you read Children's Crusade?
I read every Young Avengers book that they've ever printed. And so from the first story when
because Kang was a Young Avenger.
Yeah, he was Iron Lad.
Well, and that, which they still can do. Even though
he was Iron Lad, because that was once again Kang trying to prevent himself from becoming Kang.
And technically, they can kind of do something.
Even though that doesn't make sense in the timeline, because Iron Lad was not that far in the future.
Well, see, that was a younger Kang. That was teenage Kang somehow found out that what he was going to grow up to be, and that.
But the other Kang was like hundreds of years in the future.
Right. So he saw
young Kang and tried to hook up with him. Say, hey man, hook up with me.
So in that timeline, he just was born at a different point in time.
No, he came back.
As
a teenager.
Now I see what you're saying.
He came back as a teenager to be present to become Iron Lad
to stop himself from becoming
Kang.
Right. Now I believe maybe in MC they could do this. They probably won't. I'm not sure. But there's a variant of Rune Slayer in the MCU. She's a high school teacher. What if one of her students is a young Kang?
That'd be weird.
No, it wouldn't.
So she having relations with her student?
No. Hey, man. Grown women go to jail for that, man.
Mary Kay Letourneau, man.
I didn't mean it in that way,
Hold up, man.
Just can't handle it.
So I got another question for you. Because if you think about this, where Marvel is right now, we're running out of time for Marvel to complete this saga, or at least whatever this saga is.
Isn't this interesting? Because did we give them enough time to complete this saga?
No.
Or they just dropped the ball?
No, they're playing us. Kang is not the baddie of this saga.
Oh, I know that.
Kang is going to end up helping.
Really?
He's going to have to, because there has to be now we've established a multiverse. So now we got to deal with a villain that's a threat to the multiverse. Kang is not a threat to the multiverse.
You think it's Ultron?
No.
Doom.
It's gonna be somebody. We only been through one phase. How many phases was it before Infinity War and Endgame? 3. We're just into the second phase. It's only been 1 or 2 movies.
Right.
We ain't seen nothing yet.
Right.
What they're talking about with these Avengers movies. This is like the Age of Ultron point when those movies are supposed to come. That's the end of phase 2. What would be a phase 2? You're not gonna do 2 phases and tell me we done. That's too quick.
I'm gonna let him surprise me with this Kang stuff because it's a veritable wide open space with Kang. I kind of see the point of him not being the big bag. I think he can be a big trouble.
Well, let me tell you why.
He can be a big trouble. He's huge trouble. And has Kang kicked off stuff that was major in the Marvel Universe before? Yes, he has, but he's also been a victim of his own machinations. But Kang sabotages him. Like he doesn't even self-sabotage. It'll be a whole nother version of Kang show up. Be like, I don't think you should do this. Bam, dead.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's why I think there's something more going on, is because we didn't get to talk about it yet, but Eternals ain't got shit to do with Kang. What Eternals is dealing with is on a different scale.
You're dealing with Galactus.
The Celestials.
Or something bigger than Galactus.
Okay.
And that's what we don't know yet.
So you're right. There's numerous threats. I agree with you.
I think
Kang is not the ultimate bad guy.
Not for this.
He's just a really good.
Yeah, not for this saga. Really good one. And
he's the Loki part of this saga.
You need villains to come and go.
Yeah.
You can't kill every villain, so you need villains to come and go. And he's one of those guys that could.
But who's over Galactus?
Well, think about it. He's the Loki of how Loki was for the original Avengers saga, for Infinity Saga. It was Loki leading all the way up, and Loki had a full story arc where he started out the first Avenger. He was the main bad guy.
Right.
Then after that, he was going through whatever he was going through. Then he ended up being the hero. He had his story arc. Kang is the first villain the Avengers are going to face. He can't be the last and the first.
Well, he's not. I don't think it's all going to end with Kang.
But it's got to be bigger than the multiverse, too.
I think you can tell a really heavy, self-contained Kang story and have it be that thing, the Kang War.
I think we're going to get our answers.
And then go from there.
I think we're really going to get some answers after this Loki, when it's all said and done, and after Deadpool.
Because if you think about it, Kang is similar to, he would represent to the Avengers what the Sinestro Corps represented to the Green Lantern Corps, essentially. Yeah. Whereas, was Sinestro Corps horrible? Yes. Yeah. Yes, it was. What was the overall thing? Blackest Night. That was the real thing, but they needed to...
They had to go through what they went through to be prepared for that.
Sinestro had to start his core, so then the other spectrums would get involved. Thus,
and feel empowered to step up.
And therefore that kicks off whatever happens in Secret Wars.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you think about Kang is touching the microverse.
Right, Kang's dynasty before Secret Wars.
He's touching all these various spaces where he has influenced and impacted. So what did he leave behind? What space? Who's going to fill up the space that he left in the microverse?
I think he leaves the door open for the Beyonder for Secret War.
And that's what I'm saying. There has to be a bigger batter.
And the thing about the Beyonder is that he's not bad either. He's just curious and bored. He's bored and curious. Mm-hmm. And so he will manipulate events to a certain extent, and then he finally revealed himself. Like, okay, I've watched you guys for a long time now. Dance, puppets, dance! Dance!
But I still think that Battle World is where Elias was and all of them in the last Loki season. I think that was Battle World.
Do you think that would have something to do with... Well, Beyonder would be the issue dealing with the Eternals. Whatever they do with the Eternals next.
I don't... I think that's not the final baddie either.
Yeah, for Eternals, everything is going to be Celestials and like the in-between, living tribunal... I think we need to actually dip into the pages of Silver Surfer to find out where the Eternals are going, because the Eternals don't have a good villain. So whatever they're going to do with them has to be new and unique, because everything the Eternals have ever faced in their books has either been the Deviants or another regular ass Marvel Universe villain who sometimes discovered them. Yeah. They don't have a dedicated... Didn't they fight the X-Men at one point? They fought everybody at one point. Well, they damn near they wiped out the X-Men colony on the moon. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was during X-Men versus Eternals.
So they do something crazy and make the X-Men fight the Eternals in the MCU.
So I mean, the Eternals was rough, and I mean, so. And you still got the Inhumans.
The Eternals was boring.
But it's not about that. It's about what they are setting up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You got to think about what Thor set up. We watched these Thor movies and everybody's like, yeah, they was all right. But then we realized that Thor was setting up so much important shit, even though the movies were trash.
I said that about the Eternals film.
I said
the expansion of the universe.
I said for the longest, the most quintessential movies in the first couple phases were film people didn't like, and that was Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 3.
Thor: The Dark World was super important, that was the movie that was the least liked of the first series, of the first stories. And now we're thinking about, when we look at these Thor movies, we're not paying attention to what we're being exposed to.
Because why did they just do it straight up? Then stop playing with me.
But see, that's just how they told the story. But what we're focused on is what characters and what did they invite us into that now is available to be used for the greater Marvel universe.
And what was this God?
He touched on gods. What is the Eternals touching on? Gods. We're touching
Moon Knight.
Gods. That's what we ain't talking about.
I saw talking hippos.
No, not just talking hippos, bro.
I mean, but that isn't the actual Egyptian god.
I mean, you got a talking raccoon and talking tree rule the summer, so
now, think about it. We got all these gods that are being addressed, but we got this guy who thinks he's a god stepping into this world, trying to control time. So now, he's not the big baddie because he ain't enough of a threat that the gods is worried about him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We got God level shit to deal with that ain't been touched yet.
Okay.
And Thor has got to a level where you ain't gonna fucking... That guy is not a threat to Thor. Fucking Kang.
Are they going to face off?
No.
That's my point. So there has to be a threat that a Thor can need to be worried about. Like Thanos was a Thor threat. If it ain't a Thor threat, then Thor ain't going to be...
But Thor was late on Thanos.
On purpose. That makes the hero entrance.
And also
he was building a hammer. He had to make a hammer.
Yeah. And he was surprised attacked by Thanos too.
That's what I'm saying. So we got to have so think about the power levels of a Captain Marvel. These are not people that they got. Kang is not a threat to those people. Kang gonna get murked by Captain Marvel.
Yep, he should.
And by all those levels.
Unless he got a plan to like depower her.
It'd be a good fight.
No, it wouldn't be a good fight because she ain't got no tech. She don't need tech.
Well, I'm saying, but all his tech is mentally, like, he can, like, manifest all his stuff.
But I don't think he can overpower her.
He can overpower, but I'm saying it's a good fight.
Unless he fights her with time, slow her ass down, a sock in the face.
And even then, like, he can't hurt her.
And that's the one way he does not use time. He hardly ever uses time as a weapon. He hardly ever does that. He's not, he is more respectful.
So that's the escalation that I'm talking about. Like, we witnessed these gods, God level. We watched Thor go to this weird fucking place.
Yeah.
Where, like, it was black and white.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. He went to a place that was weird. We watched him be in a coliseum full of deities.
Right.
Full of deities.
Right.
Like, and then we watched the Eternals introduce us to the deities that seed the fucking universe and feed and give birth through planets.
Here's the next question: who's able to decapitate Celestial?
That's
I mean,
it's the sword, Necro sword, right?
Well, no, I mean, when you talk about who's over Celestials,
he said
who could decapitate the Celestial?
Who can do? I mean, Thor is
because we know one was decapitated because that's nowhere.
No, nowhere. I mean, other Celestials also kill Celestials, so that's not uncommon. Because when it's a time for Celestial to die.
So what if it's a Celestial war? What happens then? What happens if the Celestials decide to come and retaliate against Earth because we didn't let their baby be born? That's my point. There's threats out here that we ain't even thinking about, and Kang gonna have to help us in the end.
Kang, man.
But anyway,
Kang, man, you better leave him help a hand, Kang, man.
Kang, man.
Looks like we're going on to
my Terrence Howard
Edge at AEW and Jade and WWE. The wrestling portion of the night is upon us.
Yo, this wrestling shit is interesting right now.
So what y'all feeling about it? Because like It's still two entities. It's AEW, WWE.
Those are the main ones.
And we're going to see who got enough money to buy who over the next 10 years.
Well, here's the crazy part about it. Because, recently there was the whole acquisition of TKO, which is a combination of UFC and WWE.
Okay.
Plus, this is the first time where WWE is ran without McMahon's involved. Now, they're involved to a certain extent, mainly Triple.
It's almost there. It will be. It ain't there yet.
Well,
because Triple H is a jerk.
Well, Triple H, the only thing he's got, in terms of creative, that's the main thing he's working with. But as far as anything else, McMahon-wise, they're like basically shareholders. So
yeah, he's retired.
Yeah. So it's like
he's enjoying
anything ran creative-wise other than that, outside of Triple H, McMahon's have no pull on it whatsoever. So now basically with all this whole thing of switching up talent and stuff like that. The thing with Edge now, he's going by his real name, Adam Copeland. He's going
because Edge is owned by the WWE.
He's owned by WWE, right?
Exactly.
So he can't use anything Edge-wise. However, he was able to carry his theme song with him over to AEW.
Because that was his.
Right. Well, it's actually Alter Bridge, but Alter Bridge.
But I mean, he's got the rights.
Right, exactly. So there's that. And then the crazy part about it is, and after Adam had his, final match in WWE with Sheamus, he kind of had fans on standstill, like, do I want to keep going?
But I thought he was injured.
No, that was a long time ago. No. He been got better.
Yeah, well, long story short, 2011, 2012, when he did get injured or whatever, that was legit. However,
he got better.
He got better.
Clown that nigga.
They told whenever you're an athlete like that, they tell you they assume that your injury is gonna be like everybody else who gets it.
Right.
But it's never 100% that you won't. But they're saying that what they told him was you can go back now, but if you go back now, you risk fucking it up.
Okay.
So the idea was retire. Okay. But if you retire, you keep training, you stay in shape, and you'll still heal. You're
building yourself more resilience as well.
And eventually he got that point.
You heal better, and your body kind of like
with that rest and R&R.
You know what I mean?
So quiet as kept. Currently, that's what Randy Orton's going through.
Oh, he broke his neck.
Well, no, he didn't break his neck, but he had some major back problems because so many times he did the RKO, or the ways he did the RKO,
he would
land on his back as well.
That's true.
Yeah, and he be landing on anything.
That's
true.
Oh,
yeah, he does.
Tables,
tables,
shit don't matter
chairs, fans,
cars, anything.
Lego.
Why did Randy Orton beat up Kofi Kingston like that all the time?
Why what?
Randy Orton beat up Kofi Kingston.
Well, that was a part of a storyline rivalry because, long story short, Kofi beat him one good time, and Orton never
embarrassing him at the Royal Rumble.
Embarrassed him big time.
Oh yeah, okay.
Orton just low key never got over it.
He never let it go. I just can't let it go.
Every time him and Kofi got into it, it was like,
I know the feeling.
It's like, I know he want to say something else, but
he did some evil stuff. So, Jade Cargill that's her name, right?
Yeah, she was with AEW. She was one of AEW's longest reigning women's champion, TBS champion. Before that, she was a major fitness model, and got.
You talking about Cargill?
Jade Cargill.
What you call it? I'm trying to remember who she with.
Well, she's
WWE now.
No, I mean,
she's married to a former
who is she?
baseball player.
Yeah,
who's retired.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was listening to the Jim Cornette podcast, and he was saying he was pretty much saying she come in, she don't work every day. You know what I mean? She's
on that level.
Specialty.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
She's a threat.
She like The Rock and shit. You know?
Yeah, she's a threat because she's got it all. She's got promo, she's got the physique, and she got the skill.
Right. Let me pull it.
She's a threat. When y'all said that, I didn't realize she got brought into the WWE.
Yeah.
She's about to. Either they're gonna fumble her like they do most people.
So you think they're gonna waste the talent?
They always do.
Even under the new current regime, I mean, I don't know.
He's the one that wastes the talent the most.
Oh, well, there you go.
Over historically, I never liked Triple H's. I like his tactics, but his decisions always revolved around him.
You don't like the game.
But see, here's the crazy part about that. To the caveat, that's Jade Cargill right there. Yeah. But the caveat to that, though, is that Triple H, to an extent, he kind of sort of does care, as opposed to Vince. Vince is all about his big dudes. Like, for the longest time, think about how hard it took for, like, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, and so on to, like, pull up and make a true name for
Matt
themselves.
Hardy, Jeff Hardy, all that.
The Hardys, etc.
It was always
and even Edge, Adam himself.
Yeah.
You know,
he liked the physiques.
Right. He was all about Undertakers, Kanes, Ultimate Warriors.
He wanted his giants, man.
Right.
How tall is Jade?
Jade's about, I want to say, 5'11" and a half, maybe 6 even.
Okay.
She is a beast.
Yeah.
Like she reminds me of Glamazon. Or people
Beth
like
Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix. Yeah, that
Edge wife.
Yeah.
So
that's what she reminded me of. Like she got skills.
But according to Jim whatever his name is, Barnett, she just part-time. You know what I mean? And they're gonna put her on this big platform, and she ain't gonna really
because she's a star. She's already a star.
So she's Brock Lesnar already.
She's already
Brock Lesnar.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. She is that you don't throw her in and just make her fight every night.
She's not gonna be on
not a car.
No,
no, she's special. She's special, and I'm sure because of the level she's at, she negotiated the right deal.
Okay,
and
I'm sure she's getting paid for full time.
Okay,
and not only just that. If you think about it, most of like talent that goes through WWE, they have to go through levels. Like you got NXT, then you got the choice of main roster work, either SmackDown or Raw. She ain't had to go through NXT.
No,
or anything
she skipped
like
all
that.
Oh, she did.
Because
but Jim said she should have.
Right. That's
I guess that's been the process, or the.
But that's what he says. But also the problem with that is where I say they waste talent. Because they make you
so
lose.
That's wasting.
They make you lose to people that shouldn't. That you would whoop their ass. She can beat all of them. Like she's
quiet
like.
as kept, not to cut you off, but quiet as kept. She's already set up to where she's going to be facing like main talent women like Charlotte Flair, Becky
Lynch, she should, because that's her level.
She's the headline ticket.
Yeah, she's a headline. That's what I'm saying.
She puts butts in the seats.
Right.
She's the full package.
I see.
They won. They came up getting her. This
was kind of set in stone because she was a star in AEW the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But she made herself a star there
she
too.
made herself.
Because she proved it.
Yeah.
So she's not gonna do it twice.
This was her. This was her training,
which is what
her training course.
Right.
That's also what. Remember, that's what CM Punk was mad about.
Right.
CM Punk was mad, like, dude, I earned my way here. That's how I got here, and now you want me to jump through hoops and lose to these clowns.
So that was his beef with WWE.
That's why he was mad, and it was because of Triple H. Mm-hmm. Triple H kept on saying, "No, I gotta beat you tonight." He was like, "You can't beat me. All you gonna do is be all problem." He was like, "You can't wrestle." So he used to be mad. That's why he would do the whole sit there in the middle of the ring. I'm not gonna start this match because fuck y'all. Wow. And that's the whole thing. So they've learned, and he learned, because that's why I didn't like Triple H. Triple H would always bring himself back for the title belt after not fighting for the whole season. Then WrestleMania. Like the fuck. And that's what I didn't like about Triple H. He put himself at the center and he would bypass everybody else. Yeah. So when he gets talent like that, don't do that Vince shit. Make them come out. Like, that's why they almost lost, what's his name? I can't remember the dude's name. He was a big dude. He was they always had him losing all the time. He was Celtic or Irish.
Sheamus.
No, not Sheamus, the other one.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Drew was a fucking beast. And they kept making him lose. And he got mad. And he was about to walk away.
Now he in AEW.
No, he's still with WWE. And here's the crazy part about that, because a couple years back, Drew had a major run. Like,
he stopped losing. He said, fuck y'all, I'm going to beat these dudes.
Right. Like, when the one Royal Rumble, when he eliminated Brock Lesnar,
which was not supposed to happen, he did that shit against Card, and they said, "Oh shit!"
Once they did that skyrocketed him. That made him be a 2-time WWE champion. That made him get a nice big push where he was going against the likes of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, etc.
And all of them are too. Them dudes also, the reason why they successful is because they fought Triple H.
Right.
They said no, and so Triple H tried to make it about him. And they beat his ass.
And Amby's right. They're good for like some new good talent. Make them be a job of everybody else for like a long time.
For losing for what?
I've already proven myself over here.
So how many people we saw
game.
a while back they just like shitted on and they made them be a jobber for John Cena or somebody?
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
And that's why I hated John Cena because he was.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. No.
He didn't want that. That's why he was so excited. If you ever pay attention, when him and The Rock got into their feud, that was him and The Rock. The Rock pulled him to the side and said, "I'm gonna make you what you should be. I'm gonna make you what you should be." They didn't do that. That was not the WWE's wish. They couldn't turn The Rock down because The Rock was like, "What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go out there and say what the fuck I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna make it be about John Cena. How are you gonna stop me? You want me to hear or not?"
And tell you another thing. Speaking of Rock, recipes to Bray Wyatt. When he said what he said in the promo to him in that one WrestleMania, that was all true because he truly believed in what Bray Wyatt brought to the table.
Okay.
They pay attention. Sometimes they go against. Sometimes it ends up like Jeff Hardy or CM Punk. Sometimes it ends up like The Rock or John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who really went against the card, really went against the rules, when he challenged them people, but they did it more respectfully.
Right.
Where like the CM Punks and the Jeff Hardys Would go out there and they would tell him, "You gonna fall." That nigga would be in there 20 minutes and refuse to fall.
Shit.
That's why it's that's how he became.
Like, yo, who gonna win here?
Go down.
Hey, yo, this is SmackDown, man.
Yeah, he would be in that long ass matches because he refused to go down. Them niggas would do everything to kill him, and he would just get up. Help again! If you remember, he would fight people. They would double team him. They would having everybody come here.
No, they hit him with chairs.
And he would still get up. He would not stop. They would. What do you? That's the thing. What are you gonna do? You're in the middle of a match, and this dude won't stop. You gotta let him go. Because otherwise, I'm getting tired. You seem to have unlimited stamina.
Yeah. So we got
prime example when he had that one-on-one match with Undertaker.
That's what it. Unbelievable. No one thought it was possible.
Damn.
And that was not card.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that Undertaker doesn't do prediction cards.
Nah, he don't do that. Because he's a pop-up king.
No, they just do what they do. And maybe he's in here with this dude who refuses to go down. This dude did everything to him.
That's the tenacity because Undertaker is that guy. Like,
yeah. Hardy earned people respect because they literally tried to hurt him and he would not take it. He would not. Nope. They would hurt him and he was like, "I'm still getting the fuck up. What you gonna do it again?"
And another person remind me of that's like that too, Dolph Ziggler.
Ziggler too.
Ziggler's the same way. Like the way he sells from the way he sells his matches, it will remind you of stuff of what Shawn Michaels used to do. And then like some
little Mr. Perfect too.
They wasted Ziggler too.
Oh yeah,
because they had him losing. And then when he started doing that thing where he would fight, he started arguing in the middle of the matches. He would just get out the ring and start yelling at people and yelling at the people at the tables.
Right.
He was pissed. He was like, "This is stupid. I can beat this dude." And he would literally say that. He would get out the ring and be like, "I'm better."
Wow.
He was saying that out of frustration, not because he was just being character. That was him mad. Like, I gotta lose to this dude. I'm in the ring and he's not. He was Ravishing Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, and all that.
All wrapped up in one.
And he
Ravishing Rick Rude, that was my dude. And he was like the best heel for me. That was my dude.
Rick Rude with all his
he would just show up, be so disrespectful.
That's true.
I liked his WCW run more than I did his WWE run. To be honest,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because they used him better.
Yeah, absolutely.
It shines the box empty.
No, he just hoarding it. Can't be empty.
Ah, dang.
There it is.
I haven't seen anybody drink anything but you.
I have one.
I handed him one.
Yeah, he had one.
You can go and get your shot.
Where's that? Go get the bottle.
I was gonna get one more drink.
Go get the bottle.
There's some Grey Goose.
No, don't we still got the Kraken?
The Kraken's in there something.
No,
The Kraken, yeah, go get some
You don't want the
Kraken.
Kraken?
Nah, I'm cool.
Dude, what kind of Clash of the Titans are you?
He's the guy that vetoed releasing the Kraken. He's like, Poseidon, no. Remember last time he got out there? I ain't trying to do that.
You never have enough Kraken.
Bad Kraken.
I could use more Kraken.
Well, before you leave, there's Transformers news.
Yes.
A new comic came out.
A new comic came out by Daniel Warren, who's also a wrestling fan. Also, I found that.
So it's gonna be some nice brawls in there.
Actually, it was.
Some
Optimus Prime did like a wrestling move on Starscream. he did a backdrop. I'm not making this up. Yeah, and a clothesline.
What's it called?
The new Transformers by Skybound.
I mean, what is the art called?
There is no art.
There's no art.
It's just issue 1.
No,
it's only one issue so far.
Yeah, it's only one issue.
And you already like doing dropping on Starscream?
Yes, because Skybound got the license.
You don't need to do a bunch of setup for Transformers anymore. We don't need an origin. Just get me to the.
But again, so I'm glad you mentioned that. It's pretty much like a somewhat retelling of the pilot in a sense.
Yeah.
Like a modern retelling of the pilot.
It felt
and
like
that
episode 1 a little bit from the excerpts I saw.
It's straight up episode 1 practically, but done in a different kind of cool way. A lot of things are done differently.
So like they just got the Earth type thing?
They're already there.
Okay.
It's waking up in the arc. You know how they had crash landed here in
and immediately
just like in the show. Like just like in the show.
Yeah.
They are but the events that happen, how things get there, are done differently.
Yes.
So spoiler alert, too much to a degree. Spike,
the Decepticons and the Autobots don't get along.
Right. So
these guys,
Spike and Carly end up finding the Ark, and the Ark with
who did?
Spike and Carly.
Okay, wow,
they're in the book, yeah.
Spike and Carly.
Yeah.
Who the hell Carly?
Spike with Wiki.
Carly was the girl.
Carly was his girlfriend.
Daniel's mom.
Eventually, Daniel.
Yeah.
But she wasn't in the beginning season.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She was in season 2.
But later, not in the first season. Yeah.
And then season 3. So,
shit.
The book opens up this way. This happens. This is like flashbacks.
Somebody getting their ass kicked by Optimus?
So, that's his father. So, you get to see Sparkplug. And Sparkplug is an alcoholic. Because something went down they haven't said yet. That's why he's like...
He don't work on the mill no more?
No, he doesn't work on the mill. That actually gets dealt with at the end of the issue.
Oh.
So, Spike and Carly...
Let me know when the Autobots put on the trench coats.
Right.
Let me know when that...
Nobody noticed them in the
I just work here. Excuse me. TPS report.
Roland was just like...
I'm a tip.
Sorry, I'm late.
Like, hey, did you see Cheers last night? Norm's crazy.
This is really my name.
Are we out of coffee?
My name is Hugh
that shit
Man.
was terrible.
Hugh Man. I am Hugh Man.
I am Jake Hugh Man.
Right.
That is the worst.
He was like Braun with a jacket.
That was the worst.
So keep going.
But for real, so like if you're a big fan of the original show in the first season,
The fuck?
or the first
This one
episode,
looks
That's He-Man and Gandalf.
Yeah.
I know, right? They make sure they throw in the 80s stuff in there. They really bump into and find.
So this takes place in the 80s?
Yeah, I believe.
How the fuck you bump into an ark in the middle of a mountain?
Because they had an earthquake happen, they fell in the crevice and they found the ark.
Oh.
And it was like, wait, there's a bunch of dead robots, and then tells
A dead robot.
Yeah, robot.
No, you'll see later on. It'll show a bunch of dead robots. Teletran activates to start activating Decepticons left and right.
Which happened.
Why is Teletran so stupid?
No, they explain it because it's just random. The Teletran activates, just activate random.
Okay, they go Soundwave fucked up, Prime fucked up, Prowl fucked up.
Skyfire.
Now Skyfire was he got
and he makes Starscream. Look at him.
no. Well, Teletran he built Starscream.
Oh, girl trying to stop him.
Now
Hey,
here's
don't make
the Jetfire didn't have an affiliation. He didn't know about.
Yeah, he still knew. Oh, wait, where was he?
He was lost someplace else for over 100 years.
How did he get there?
And he found the Ark was at the same time the kids got there. He reactivated Starscream and started talking to him, and then some shit pop off. Because Skyfire never knew about the war.
He's always an idiot too.
Not an idiot. He's a scientist.
While I read the first part of this, and I will finish it, my issue, as with most Transformers books, is the art. Mike Spicer was not. I like Mike Spicer. I like Mike Spicer. I don't think he was the guy to pick for Transformers.
I'm digging this.
I'm digging it, but you probably read more Transformers books than I have.
Man, I'm an IDW fan, man.
I was about to say,
That's my favorite art because I feel like, I don't know, they nailed it, man.
He just shot Bumblebee in the face.
Yeah.
Starscream is ruthless.
And I mean, there were some of those IDW books where the art to me wasn't so great. To me, the best art Transformers ever had was when
Dreamwave
was the best. The best art.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I felt like
very realistic and detailed.
I felt like I was actually reading a Transformers book.
Yeah.
Like and it made the robot fights seem better.
Yeah, but I kind of don't like this.
Like to
So
me,
he went Starscream Starscream and then Optimus?
No, Teletran started activating random.
That's it. He went from Starscream to Optimus. It's random though.
It's anybody at random. He started activating robots.
And he just clotheslined him for real.
Yeah.
Ratchet with the drop kick.
What you doing?
He doing the Shawn
Michaels, yeah.
You getting the sweet chin music?
Okay, I see what you're saying about
I was going to get about the art. I like the art. I know it's an acquired taste. The art is an acquired taste.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
No, you don't say acquired taste. That shit whack.
It's like I like it. Actually, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Actually, I kind of like it. I like the stylized stuff.
I like Mike Spicer, but he not is not for transform. Not every robots is not everyone's forte. Right. It's just it's
when you have somebody
because that's what like the Dreamwave IDW. You see the details, the circuitry,
the cracks, and all
you see the 3D. The imagery of the box, the formation,
the detail,
very detailed,
and it was
the eyes light up. You know what I mean? Like you see the illumination, everything.
While IDW had the best stories, Dreamwave had the best art, and I'm actually kind of shocked that Kirkman didn't put a higher level writer on this because Skybound is his his branch of Image.
Okay,
and so while the writer who is here is fine, he's not bad. I was just like, when you get something this big with a potential for years worth of growth, I think you got to start off right. And while this start is not terrible, I don't think it's going to be. I think we're going to see how we often see in comics. Okay. The first 5 issues fly off the shelf.
Pause right here. How do they know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? So why are they helping anybody?
In the context of the story, you'll see what happened. It was like he's getting jumped, and like, when they saw Starscream kill somebody, it was like, well, hold on, they're fighting this guy. They're getting jumped. He already killed somebody. I think he's going to help us push the gun.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
See, they actually look better. He's better at Optimus the truck than he is at Optimus the robot.
That's a solid vehicle. So,
that's a solid vehicle.
Illustrating a vehicle, that's a vehicle.
Yeah.
See, my thing was the illustration because I saw the ads and everything. I was like, I'm not really impressed.
You don't want to buy it.
I didn't want to see it.
It didn't spark me up.
If you wasn't going past the IDW Dreamwave stuff to me, I was good.
Is that Jetfire on the ground?
I'm cool with IDW stuff, but I've seen so much of it. I'm cool with something different. So this was fine to me.
Who fucked up Jetfire?
Starscream.
I didn't even see that happen.
So Starscream
killed.
So he activated Starscream and Starscream run him up.
Well, Teletran did.
So Teletran.
Well, whoever.
But he didn't know about the war or anything.
Did he activate Teletran?
I think he activated Teletran. Teletran started activating people randomly, and then shit popped off.
So Starscream blew.
No, Megatron. We have no idea what Megatron is at. Megatron's
so these characters are not coming back.
I believe Skyfire's I'm kind of bummed about.
Look at Starscream.
And this asshole
here. Me to someone I know.
Reaching out to crush the little guy.
Smile on his face.
Right. That guy just showed up for work today.
Right,
now you're getting squished.
He said so squishy. That's fucked up.
So fragile. So squishy.
That's.
So are you sold? This is Fly Nerd certified, sir?
I like it so far. That's why I say it may be an acquired taste depending on where you're coming from. To me, as a fan of the show,
Michael Jackson
in the first season and those characters,
he was used to.
Wow. And I saw the characters they're using for the first arc. That's going to be Wheeljack, Cliffjumper, RC, and Ratchet. Then it's going to be Thundercracker. Starscream's going to lead Decepticon squad. So it's a small band of Decepticons, a small band of Autobots. That I kind of dug. That's kind of different. I'm on board for it. I'll say at least give it a shot. First issue I did like. I liked the coloring of it, and I was cool with the artwork. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea.
So they have cracks in their windshields when they robots, but then they transform in their windshields.
Perfect vehicles, man. Because
they look like a junkyard.
No, just to impress.
I really want to see what that issue 2 is going to be like. They meet Cliffjumper.
What's this? EU.
Expand. I don't know.
Expanded. I think that's Transformers Expanded Universe.
Or Skybound.
Or Skybound.
So I think they come out with an issue called The Void with Jetfire, like different voids where they all, I guess, were intertwined with each other. All the other books.
Yeah, I know there's
from the line intertwined with each other.
There's a whole like Transformers universe planned for Skybound, much like the IDW one. They definitely want to make it expansive. I'm hoping that the first arc, the story seems good. The art hasn't grabbed me. I'm hoping it gets better artistically as the series goes on. I don't know if I could sustain.
I don't like those guys.
If I could sustain it personally,
like that.
But
a lot of them.
They
look like that.
Oh yeah.
And they always like Transformers and Power Rangers. You know what I'm talking about, too.
I do.
Always like, what
I do. I've dealt with those guys so much in life.
Yeah, I bet.
I can't give the book this that they make Cliff Jumper a regular character because for some reason in modern media they constantly kill Cliff Jumper in everything.
I don't understand why.
IDW make
because I feel like Cliff Jumper
was a hitman.
Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee are kind of like the same level.
And the video game Cliff Jumper was he had an important role.
Oh, Cliff Jumper in the video game was a beast.
Yeah.
But IDW, Cliff Jumper was a hitman.
He was a hitman.
Yeah,
he wasn't an Autobot.
He was an Autobot, but he was their Black Ops guy.
Yeah.
So he didn't have this logo, didn't he?
Yeah,
I thought he was off of the.
He was a sniper. That's what Cliff Jumper was a sniper. That's what it was.
Well, I mean that makes sense. Cliff sniping.
Yeah, he was.
Well, also that thing flies off the handle a lot. So.
Yeah.
I loved him on that.
But yeah, like in a lot of the modern media and the movies and some of the animation, even Transformers Prime, the first episode he dies.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
And in Bumblebee he dies.
That was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
But they constantly kill that character in a lot of modern media.
Yeah, that's true. I still think it's because Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee are similar. At least in terms of the way they were in the original Generation 1. Yeah. They were the two.
They were very similar looking. They really were.
So they said we only need one of these guys.
So we can kill the red one all day.
Yeah.
Always kill him every time.
Star Trek treatment, bro. Star Trek treatment.
Right.
Your red shirt, you're done.
Yeah, red shirt, exactly.
So talk about killing and death.
Oh God.
Let's get into some horror.
We talking about Drake versus Budden?
Oh, I
that's the that's the horror.
Oh, that's the kickoff.
I have no idea.
All right, so
Drake got a new album.
Out called "For All My Dogs," and
Budden feels some kind of way.
Yeah, Budden feels some kind of way.
Why?
Because that's what we. So that's what we.
Right.
Wait, so again.
Because it's Joe Budden.
Well, because it's Joe Budden.
Well, it's Joe Budden, but I mean, I don't know. It's some truth. I haven't listened to the Drake album. Me personally, I never listened to an entire Drake album in my life. So I don't know if I
think I listened to if you're reading this, it's too late.
That was a great album.
I think I listened to.
Well, that's the first album.
No, that's like mid.
That's in the middle.
Yeah.
Like if you're reading this, it's too late, and then Views. Those were pretty good albums.
Okay.
I mean, like so Drake when he chooses to spit.
See, that's why I can't decipher.
When he chooses to spit, there's very few that can touch him. And I'm being 100% real. Like he's on that level of like you take it like where he's content heavy. Like he be saying some like when people talk about Jade talking about real shit, Drake talk real. He talks about everything that everybody say about him, and he contextualizes it and explains it, and then tells you why you stupid for worrying about it. And so, like, what was dope about that whole thing is like, so Budden, at the end of the day, because we can dissect both sides. Budden is a cantankerous old guy, and Drake called him on it. It's like, nigga, if you don't like this type of hip hop, then don't fucking listen to it. Yeah. Don't be mad because other people listen to it and they like it. Yeah. Like, go fucking.
And he also said, don't let the artist message to the artist. Don't let this type of opinion discourage you
from doing your shit, from creating your art, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, and that's all what it's about, really, because if you like it or not, this is the music that this person make. This is the art that this artist
and nobody else is doing.
This is the art that this person make. You know, so Budden was more of like he tired of hearing this kiddie version of Drake, and he rather prefer to hear him mingle up with spitters. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm up for that challenge as well to see Drake amongst like Griselda.
But Drake would not be amongst the Griselda. But Drake already
when
did his.
Do you think when you're successful enough that you can do that album?
But he already did that. That's the thing. When Drake did when he was in that space, he did the Big Seans. He did the Top Dogs of that time period. And he spit right along with him. He did the J and him, and he didn't have an issue like
some people forget about the Young Money days, and all he did.
That's what I'm saying. Well, all he did was rap. That was a whole nother era. That was a whole nother era.
Oh, I didn't know he did all of that.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and that's what's funny is like Drake. Like Ja Rule, like LL, like many other people before him, including fucking Guru and Gangstar, when they do songs like X Girl to Next,
X-Girl.
they understood.
Those are cuts. Those are jams.
Yeah, they understood. Motherfucking Drake. The struck button.
The self-destruct button.
They understood two things. One, they understood that as a musician, I got two ways to go. And this is where he called Button on it. You in a room full of 20 niggas. Like, that's one style of rap. But that ain't...
No, he said you make the music with 450 dudes.
At your guys at your show.
Make you feel like you the GOAT.
And that's not what he do his music for.
Right.
If you listen to his songs, he talks about it. He got a lot of women friends.
Yeah, of course.
And he talk about his women friends. Yeah. He talk about how
his relationships
and his interactions with them. Like LL. And then nobody gonna challenge LL.
You had an off-camera conversation about the fuckboy messages that Drake sometimes portray, or is that in your opinion?
So here's the thing. I don't care about anybody's preference or how they do what they do when they date.
Because that's their business.
Okay.
That ain't none of my business. If you like to spend your money with me, that ain't what Drake talk about. People who don't, like, it's similar to when Melly Mel recently made that comment about Lil Wayne and using auto-tune. You don't listen to Lil Wayne, bro. You should have never said anything because now you sound like also a cantankerous old nigga.
What did he say?
He said that Lil Wayne is trash because Lil Wayne only rap with auto-tune. If I hear him do a song without auto-tune, maybe I'll listen.
Cannon.
This is what Mel said.
Hold on. And I'm not a Wayne fan. I don't like Wayne at all. Even I know I don't think he uses auto-tune that much, or he's not only artistic style.
But see, Wayne is another example of what we're dealing with. Is we're not dealing with people now. Like, it's not that they're not on that level. It's that there's a bias because of certain concepts of what hip hop is and isn't.
Right.
Wayne is more hip hop than most niggas who we think is hip hop.
Yeah.
Wayne is more hip hop than Griselda.
Yeah.
He's hands down.
He did study lyricists.
He's hip hop, hands down.
But to go back to Drake, I do have a point about Drake, and I guess for me, I've put Drake as a pop star. I have since the beginning.
Okay,
so I've done the same thing. So to me, because to me, when little whatever his character was from Degrassi came out with a rap album, I was like I was just watching this dude play a little song.
Well, be careful with that though, because you know who else that is?
Yeah,
Mos Def,
which I know. But this is, and so when he started doing this, I was like,
that's art though.
The actor is an actor, and the actor turned rapper is the same to me.
But my thing was,
so is the rapper first or the actor first?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Because I think that anybody that was an actor first is also a part of the system, and they were put in place because they needed something for them to do.
Yeah, he had a base.
All right, so now we getting deep. He's a plant?
To me, he had a base already, based on his fans from Degrassi.
I want to talk about the Kanye clip, too.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
Yeah, I think he had a fan base based on the character from Degrassi. He was a pot. So he came in already at a level that people...
He had a fan base
based on... So, because a lot of people who watch Degrassi just tuned in because he rapped on Degrassi. So it was like, now he's finally doing... And
he can spit. He can spit.
And so...
Like, people talking about he be right, other people write his songs. I don't know.
Degrassi...
Well, now, hold on. When did Degrassi... Yeah. When he's on Degrassi, when he was there, what year was it? It was in
I forgot the year, but it was before he dropped his first mixtape.
Like the mid-2000s?
Early mid-2000s.
Yeah. So he already had a generation of fans day one.
To a degree, because it's not like the people who watched Degrassi were really hip-hop fans.
No, I'm saying that doesn't matter. But he had an audience.
Yeah, see, it wasn't about having hip-hop. It wasn't about him having hip-hop fans.
He had crossover.
He had crossover. The crossover appeal to him was different. And I always tell people, Canadian artists have a different view on how the music is done, from chaos to they have a
Cardinal.
They have a different approach, and they different because they think global first. They think
because they ain't trying to make it in Canada.
Yeah. Right. They're like, how can I sell in Europe?
It's like Afrobeat musicians. They're trying to make it in America.
So Drake diversified himself. He did what any pop star would do. He rode whatever trend he could, but also still had some hitters on these albums. And so he just kind of was like, to me, a pop star that could.
But see, here's the question.
That's how I always.
Here's the problem. We assume that there's a such thing as pop. There is a such thing as pop. That's when a person's not being true to themselves. When was Drake ever not true to himself?
That I don't know.
That's the question. Is Drake not being himself when he spit? Was LL not being himself? His name is Ladies Love, and he did a bunch of songs about women. And niggas used to shit on him at a certain point.
Yeah, they did.
And that's they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
He had that one song though that'll bother you.
And Drake got them too.
You.
Drake got them too.
Yeah,
I shot you.
No, LL come
but for a while.
LL will come for your effing head.
Yeah,
but it's rare.
But for a while, a lot of dudes were shooting him real hard.
Yeah.
But he did have a lot of songs geared towards women.
His whole albums were geared that way.
A lot of dudes gave him a lot of
songs though. Like he's battling niggas though. Like he's go.
He can do it.
He can do it.
I just saw him. I just saw the man rock.
He can do it, and that's the point. Is that
he can do both? And that's what makes
LL is that dude. Common is that dude. Drake is also that dude.
Yeah.
Drake don't have to battle you because he don't care.
So was Ja Rule.
That's what I'm saying.
So was DMX.
Hold on. Let's talk about the same lunatics.
You gotta stop.
Nelly.
Nelly's a
Nelly.
Nelly or what?
What do you mean Nelly or what?
What? What are you about to say?
Nelly's he's one of those guys that's super crossover.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you like he'll battle himself.
No, he is though. People don't sleep. Nelly was a battle rapper and was with freestyle and smoke.
What was homie? The short
Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy. He was cold.
Them dudes all used to battle those. And where they're from, they was them niggas.
I can see that.
Now, from a filthy casual here, and I'm a straight up casual music fan, so I'm not a Drake fan whatsoever. I don't care for Drake. I don't even hate him. It's not even that big of a deal. With Joe Budden, given his reputation, I kind of look at, like you guys say, being him a cantankerous old man.
So Joe Budden is an ex-rapper.
Well, I know who he is, but I kind of see where y'all coming from with that. It was kind of like
they're both wrong and they're both right.
His jump off didn't jump off the way he needed to jump off.
They're both wrong and they're both right. The thing is that
I'm just saying, given his past.
If I had that beat, I would have did something.
Yeah, given his past transgression with us stuff before, I kind of see.
Was he the best in Slaughterhouse?
Hell no.
Was he the second best in Slaughterhouse?
Nope.
See my point. So
I don't know.
Ortiz body.
To me, Royce was number one.
And then Joel was better than Joel to me.
I'm not that familiar with his music. And I'm not familiar with his music like that.
I don't like
Crooked Eye's better than
Crooked Eye's the top. Crooked Eye and Royce were the top two. But in terms of like the hierarchy, I thought that he was
the lowest.
Yeah, I had him last.
Yeah.
So Joe just mad that Drake is popular? Is that his?
So this is what I'm getting at. Both of them is right because what he said about Drake is true. Drake is a fuckboy, but he never denied that. He did an album called that. He ain't never denied that. That's what I'm saying. Drake is real. He's exactly who he is on and off that vinyl. Okay. That's what hip hop is about. Okay. Everybody ain't supposed to be Griselda.
Yeah,
everybody ain't supposed to be on that shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be balanced.
And he's himself. Right. That's what he does. We can't complain about singing unless we complain about Farside. So we can't complain about singing unless we complain about Stetsasonic.
Emerald Butterfly, my favorite songs.
I'm saying, so like we can't complain about crossover songs unless we complain about Jungle Brothers.
Man, a crossover ain't nothing but a double cross,
and we double crossed ourselves. Right. So when we get in that space, Joe Budden complaining is like, dude, shut up. Let him get his money. Why don't you just focus on your money? That's what I'm saying. That part is wrong.
The focus on
so he do a podcast. We do a podcast. He reviewed the album and said his opinion about the album.
No, that's not the problem. It's not the opinion about the album. It's the context of the delivery and what his really, Joe Budden goes a little too far.
Yeah. He went at.
That's why I was saying his past transgression, how he act with stuff.
He go too far, and that's because like whatever Joe got going on is what Joe got going on. But what it looks like at the end of the day, from the outside, is two niggas pissing in two different stalls, looking at each other's dick, trying to see which is bigger. And that is the problem.
Which ain't your business, no.
Right. That's the problem because Drake didn't need to respond because.
You in your lane.
Who cares? Right. Like, if you're going to respond to every critic that don't like your album, Joe Budden is not more valid or invalid than the next critique.
Well, the voice is a voice.
And
like
that's
I
what
said, a podcast. We're a podcast. Yeah. We review Vic Spencer album and some people don't like it and he take offense to it or something like that. Then that will be that transaction.
And that's okay. That part, that's all the part that's a part of it.
Part is fine.
It was
is he critiquing the album or did he attack Drake? That's the question.
He went after Drake.
He didn't attack the album. He went in about Drake and his personality and the type of person he is and what he do and what he don't do.
He started with the album. He said, "Hey, I didn't like the album because you did all this little fuckboy shit."
Well, that part was fine.
That's the start.
Keep going.
Wait, what else he say?
He told him to grow up and said, he started
going and get into his character. All right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. How are you telling him? He's successful. So what the fuck advice can you really give him on that level?
That's what I liked about Drake. He was like a man of failures trying to tell his recipe of success. And that's kind of contradictory.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, he's not made music for him and his ilk.
It's not his demographic.
Not demographic.
Every artist... Gangstar wasn't everybody's favorite. There's a bunch of hip hop that never heard Gangstar, never cared for that sound of music or Premier's production.
That's true.
Like, but that don't mean that Gangstar is not. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is like, let people have their space, which is what hip hop is supposed to be. We can start critiquing people personally, but then we got to critique Joe. So once you open that door, and I don't pump it up again. My thing is that I don't have no problem with Joe as an artist or as doing the podcast. I just think that like
hey, can I say something? When I went to the South by Southwest, I met Joe Buddens, and it was him and Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was cool as hell.
Yeah,
that nigga was. I was like, I see why they call you an asshole. You're an asshole. I mean,
some people like genuine assholes, and that's just the way it is.
And he wasn't an asshole towards me per se. I was just in general in the room, and I was like, this guy, this guy. But I mean, I think opinions are opinions, and it's how you take it. Now, once you start breaking down the character, and then that's when you gotta defend yourself, because anybody could talk shit about your art, anyone could talk shit about you, but if you just going into something and really like depicting something, and you really don't have no cause for doing so or have no place, and that's why I think Drake is like, because they battled before, they had verbal war before, they crossed words and bars. So, he's familiar with this person, and they're adversaries, and he's been kind of quiet lately, and now he just said something. He could have put it in rhyme.
No, he couldn't have.
Why? Drake couldn't put it in rhyme for him?
Drake didn't have a reason to.
That's wasting Drake's time.
Just like Joe couldn't. Because it would have been just like when Melly responded. It's like, dude. So, because this is the thing.
In the hip in the hop. Because the hip in the hop.
Because that was the problem, right?
He was like Bill Cosby.
Damn. If Joe do a song, right? If Joe does a song about him, then it's like, oh, you contradicting yourself.
And then he got him in the trap. That's the battle trap. That's the MC trap.
Yeah. And Drake is up here like, dude, I'm not like, why would Drake battle Budden at this point? What would that bring to his credentials?
But it'll be fun.
It wouldn't. I would not enjoy that.
It's a waste of his time.
Why not?
He don't need to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You telling the world that you think Drake.
Right,
wait, no, listen. You as Budden is telling the world that Drake is this dude, this type of dude. Then don't expect nothing else from him. Why are you expecting something that he's not? You mad that he's not what
you... If I call you a coward and you come out and swing on me, obviously you're not a coward no more.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So Budden was mostly, that's why I say Budden set himself up. He's not an Ebro. Ebro is strategic and cunning. When Ebro dissect you, nobody can say shit because Ebro go in.
Okay.
And Ebro go in. But when Budden go in, it'd be like, dude, you just sound upset.
He's being an asshole.
He got a history of sour grapes.
You sound great.
His history compounds the issue because we know that he has done similar bullshit before. So it's kind of like...
Shout out to Maxie, but that's what he sounds like. If you on the phone, and this is, I guess we shouldn't be putting this out there, but okay, never mind.
Station address.
So you got Budden mad about
That's too much.
Keep going, man. Trying to go off. Too much. It's an explosion button.
You got Budden mad about the success of a rapper who's rapping about fuckboy shit.
Wait, say that again?
You got Budden mad about a successful rapper who's successful because of fuckboy shit.
Is that a topic of choice to be rapping about?
Was Special Ed a fuckboy?
No, because he got it made.
Special Ed. Why would you bring him in this subject? I'm trying to point do this. I'm just trying to point out history.
What you doing?
Special Ed, every other month I get a brand new car.
Yes!
Did he?
He had a car in Juice. Remember Juice? He said that was a brand new car, and he had to throw it out because the car that they gave him was trash. He said, "I'll drive my new Jeep."
Was Milk a fuckboy?
What Milk do? I Am Chillin'. He wrote MC Light though. What the fuck you?
Yeah, he was a fuckboy. I'm just saying, fuckboys have been around in hip hop forever.
Did y'all know Roxanne Shante dissed all of them?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
She was vicious.
I heard that.
Young Roxanne, vicious.
She went at MC Light. She went at Latifah. She went at every female rapper. Yo-Yo. I was bugging.
But she wasn't relevant, so it didn't get nowhere.
Wow.
And I mean relevant as in
Yeah.
Now she
that was I didn't know she went after MC Light, dude. She went after Light hard. I was like, dude, I ain't never heard this before. Well, all right, keep on.
No,
Paper Thin was supposed to be about.
That was
Roxanne Shante.
Okay, see, I gotta get back into my.
Yeah, Paper Thin was about Roxanne Shante.
Wow.
There was a lot of people that were Drake before Drake. Drake is not the pioneer of where his lane.
Not at all.
He just was the most lucrative financially.
So is Buddens doing the crazy fan demand of telling the artist of what type of music that he want to hear from you and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Everything Sean said, the dude was always full of sour grapes all the time.
But it's okay to talk about the album. It's like if I talk about, again, like if I talk about Mos Def and I talk about like his albums and I'm talking about his music, but then I start switching into what I think about him as a person. That's a whole nother like, first of all, I don't even know that nigga.
Right.
Like, so Button don't know. Like, they ain't in the same rooms. They ain't drinking from the same champagne bottles. They ain't in the same VIP. So what you know about Drake?
You only take first
class on special occasions.
I mean, my whole thing
He
is...
said, I own a 767.
My whole thing is when you worried about what's in another man's pockets, you lost already.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you lost
That's
already.
a form of jealousy, and that's a form of, like, unnecessary.
It's what we don't need. We need to be celebrating our men.
We don't need to do that. You never... what that thing Dash said that shit.
But let's talk about that, too. So now let's talk about these other podcasters. Let's talk about the...
Let's get him, man. I'm glad you back. Come on. Start sprinting, transform. On the gun. Shoot me.
Button's going to give out any moment now.
Right. Let's talk about Drink Champs.
It's going to be smooth.
And we're giving flowers, but the selection of the the people giving the flowers are very particular.
Let's go.
It's only certain people. Like, there's no Drake on Drink Champs. Why? Has he asked Drake? I would like to know. Like, I
don't think Drake do a lot of public.
Not anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, like, when we talk about like giving people flowers, there shouldn't be like this certain type of flowers.
But if you talk about Drink Champs, you're still talking about one of the hosts who still believed that New York was a one-sided industry.
Well, see, that's
so.
But there's also EFN who always reminds him that that's not the case. Like, has Too Short been on Drink Champs?
I think so.
Yeah, right.
I think so.
Like that whole cadre of all of that. There's all that world, which means that you can't distinguish whether you like their song or not to determine if they should be given their flowers. If they were successful in music, give them their fucking flowers. You know, like all that stuff. Like he was a fuck boy. First of all, you a man. I don't give a fuck if he a fuck boy. I don't care.
Fuck boy's weird.
The whole concept is weird. I don't care how you get your women. Or I don't care who you date. Right. I don't care if Nas X like guys. I don't care if Frank Ocean is gay. I don't care.
I don't care if you buy girls a bunch of cars. We don't care.
I don't care.
And like I can say at the end of the day, another podcast.
Jay talked about that. He talked about how he said they got cars, but he said might light your wrist, but that about it.
Yeah, right.
He sure did.
That's a normal
might buy you crisp, but that's about it. The flossing. I might wife you and buy you nice shit. That's the whole line.
That's normal.
That's
for
baller mentality.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
if you have it, you go and spend it,
and that's why you can't talk to a broke nigga or a person with a poverty mindset.
So let's get into that. Broke nigga mentality.
You can't talk. Those people will always be upset with the person who can do, because the broke mentality comes from, I have to justify why I can't do it. And the reason why I can't do it is because I'm a real man, so I don't need to do that. No, you just can't. Because if you could, you would buy it. You would buy that shit.
Stop front!
Right. And that's where Drake is at. Drake is like, look, when I'm dating, oh, she needed, I got it. It ain't gonna hurt me to buy her a Honda. That's what he's saying.
No, with him it's not.
It's not gonna hurt him. When Jay was saying, like, while women friend get their winners replaced with the summer, it ain't even fun no more.
So the niggas who can't afford the Hondas,
can't afford to trick, don't.
And they just taking the
what man don't want to take care of a woman? What man that wants to be with a woman don't want to take care of a woman?
Men that don't want to do that shit.
And they don't. That's my point. They don't get mad for the man they do. They go and just go get the woman they want.
I just don't worry about people. What happened to that? What happened? Just like, your business is your business. I'm not concerned about it.
Social media.
And that art is subjective. I was going to throw that in.
And that's where we get into this space where I said they both right and they both wrong. Because what they said, what Buddens said was right.
Okay.
In terms of like what he was saying about Drake. He's a fuckboy. The question is, who cares? Everybody know it. Drake know it.
Right.
Like the sky's blue.
Right. Like, big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jay said it. You only mad that I can do what I do because you can't do what I do.
Or one line, I do what I want to do. You do what you have to.
He said, your last shit ain't better than my first shit. Your best shit ain't better than my worst shit. The truth in my verses your metaphors about what my net worth is. like you can find a bunch of people to be mad about because they got it and they spend it. You mad because he could give Beyonce his chain because Budden don't have a chain to give.
Why do you have to pump it up chain?
Jump off to the pool, Jump off to the pool,
Okay. And you understand what I'm saying, though. Like, if Rihanna showed up with Joe Budden, would anybody be happy, or would they be like, him? Joe Budden, like, so Rihanna gets with ASAP, everybody be like, yeah, I can see that. There's a different type of person. That's what I'm saying. And Joe Budden is the type of person he is, and he's mad that he's not the other type, or people don't perceive him a certain way, so he's mad at the people who are perceived that way. Because he's not that. So that's
pure jealousy.
It might be. It might be. Or he's just that type of person who likes to just be anti.
He's a contrarian.
We won't know because I don't know him personally, but observation, most people think that he just be hating.
Right.
Just to be hating because the stuff he's mad about. How you mad? Like, remember when people was talking about Kanye? He ain't gangster.
Right. So I didn't expect, come on.
Like you're mad that he ain't gangster.
People
like
saying it?
Yeah. There are people saying, oh, he ain't hard enough.
He ain't tough.
Okay.
You wear pink polo shirts.
Yeah, that dumb shit. They said the same thing.
But you wearing a pink fitted hat in your jersey. You've been rocking with Cameron since 9. Get your ass out of here. Polo shirt. You got a whole pink. You got pink ones on.
Some cats are just ridiculous as hell. Good Lord. Oh.
The level, the subtle layers of what hip hop actually is versus what it isn't. Hip hop been pop.
Yeah.
Hip hop as a mainstream medium has been pop.
Busta said it at the awards show. Hip hop, the only thing that you ain't got to create, you eat off of. Rap out, soul crap.
Yeah, so like when we think about what we're saying and we're trying to kill the vibe, like let Drake eat, because if Drake eat, that means that's a space for other people to eat just like that. Because there's a bunch of black youth who don't want to be gangster. Right. There's a bunch of black youth who don't want to be hard all the time and don't want to talk about crack and don't want to talk about their gun. They don't want to talk about none of that.
They just want to be chill.
They just want to talk about kicking it and the bitches that they dating, spending money.
The money they make,
and that's okay because that's normal life. In fact, that's more relatable to me than anything else.
Right. So you mean to tell me the Pyrex in the house turning
the only Pyrex in my house was when my mama actually made a cake.
Clink, 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 clink. And you'll hit it with the water, son. You gotta put the ice on it.
Oh, shit.
We have a baking soda.
I got used to microwave the stove out. I got used to microwave.
Right. Or you got the hot plate. Hot plate plugged in from the street light outside.
Right. Hey, yo, run this down the block, man.
So is it?
So here's the question.
All right, so we had a whole year of like music.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been any rap music that was number one, really. Is it over for this struggle rap shit?
No,
I just think the lanes are open and different. I think now with people not needing to go through a record label to get their music out, the fact that you can sit in your bedroom, record an album, put it out.
Right.
Because I discover new music on these streaming services all the time. Artists who I've never heard of before who make really good quality stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think now, I think what's happened is that people did not evolve from the record label days. That's in our age group.
Exactly.
They did not evolve. There are so many people out there in our age group that have become gatekeepers who are like, if it's not this, it ain't hip hop.
Right.
It ain't. And
as if they were hip hop. Most of them didn't discover hip hop till 2000.
Exactly.
Right.
So what has to happen overall, and I think it's already happened. I just think it just hasn't caught on with a lot of people in our particular bracket. Is that it's a whole creative world out there, and it's music for everybody. If you don't listen like Drake, don't listen to Drake. It's billions of artists out there. I just discovered this girl named Najima. She is cold. I don't know where she came from.
Fucking Lil Sims.
Yeah, Lil Sims is dope.
Yeah.
Like it's so much music out there
Sims was here.
that you don't even have. That is the label days is done.
And that's where the problem comes in.
The label days
right now, these cats that claim they hip hop was only able to discover hip hop through radio, and they don't have radio no more to tell them what's hip hop. That's why I don't respect none of these dudes. They wasn't really hip hop. They wasn't on the block. They wasn't graffiti artists. They wasn't breaking. That's their mindset, because when they got into hip hop, it was because of what was on the radio.
And that was like 30 years ago.
2000s. The people in the 90s. You wasn't listening to the radio for hip hop. You might listen to like that late night show for an hour.
Oh yeah,
I
listening for the DJ.
I did. Between that and people, that was just me. I'm a weirdo. So.
Yeah, so like,
but we had better stations like
back then.
We had all hip hop stations like 9 p.m. to whatever.
Yeah,
I talk to other artists and MCs all the time, and I always wonder, like, it's like, why are y'all so stuck in this? Like that it has to be this or that these guys not that.
Because they're all Buddens, and I mean that respectfully. They're all failed rappers who are mad that they didn't succeed.
So it's a mindset.
Yeah, so like so I'll give you a perfect example. Like when I write a script and I'm sitting there like I wish I had a pitch it, then a movie comes out or a show comes out that's just like my script I pitched for the first few minutes, I'm upset about that idea out there.
Right.
And not because it's not good, but because like that should have been me.
You should have, yeah.
So you always had to get over that.
I'll give you a little prime example of that. When a long time ago, and this is when me and Corey first met up in Colombia, I was trying to come up with some like Romeo and Juliet type stuff, but vampires versus werewolves. Then next thing you know, some years later, Underworld. I'm not at first.
Well, luckily it was a guy similar to you that did it.
Right. That's true. He did come from the shop. He came from the shop. So I can't hate too much.
Oh, that might be some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, did he go to Colombia?
Yes, he was probably around there. Everybody hung out at Columbia, even if they didn't go there.
Everybody did.
Yeah,
you got Jack, bro. Well, let's go and find
Jack. Give me that script, fool. It's a full radio show.
Right.
Give me that script, fool. But can you tell me what you meant on page 10?
I don't have the notes for this.
I say, sir, I'm going to you about right after
I viciously Jack you. Look here. Tell me your thought process.
But yeah, so like I love what Joe Budden did with the industry though. I like what Joe Budden did for the industry and how he pushed the envelope for himself.
Okay.
And I think that there's a lane for that. Okay. But I think that there's a limit where sometimes we got to think about what are we really creating with our disagreement. Are we suppressing a bunch of young people's dreams because you're telling them if they don't do it a certain way, that they need to just not do it because we won't like it and we won't respect it.
But that's the narrow-minded of hip-hop. And that's I had a conversation with this dude. He was telling me that, these kids, they ain't got... Man, what the fuck are you? Like, I ain't going to tell the kid to stop making... let's not get too crazy.
That's
here.
crazy.
I'm not going to tell no one to stop doing
when we was kids, what they tell us, that same
shit. It's like, that's the thing. I was like, I'm not repeating that process because I dealt with the elders and the hate. I dealt with the elders and the hate and the ciphers and music and shows and all that. And these motherfuckers was literally hating on us for no reason.
Just because you know what I mean?
Just because we was young and talented and we was doing
some
thing.
different shit.
And we was getting hated on. I never want to be those guys.
Yeah.
So that cycle ends with me. So when I have those conversations with other comrades or people my age and they start talking all that, we gotta stop the L. Now, this is certain little things I do agree with. I think the literacy has left the new generation. I wish the lyricism was a little bit more thicker and with substance and more styles was created, more challenges was created in making the music and stuff like that.
But at least Chicago has made the styles that are all popular.
I ain't worried about that. I talk about worldwide on the basis of, if I died today and the culture's still going on, would it be in good hands?
It will. It'll return.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine as it is because of the proliferation of the underground has swelled.
And do not think so what you see on social media or what the media wants us to think is hip hop is actually what's hip hop. That's why I mentioned people like Lil Sims. She ain't even in America,
right?
And she popping, and
where's she from?
She from UK. So if she can pull this type of stuff that she pull that up for them. Even her video is a homage to the entire the 80s, 90s to 2000s of hip hop. She borrows from everybody's old videos and throws it in her video. She is completely submerged in the culture, and it don't take more than one. And she's not the only one. But they just project what they want us to think is going on. And that's where we get caught up because we think, well, Drake is this dude up here, so then but is everybody aspiring to be Drake? To be honest, very few people can rap like Drake. That's why I know, contrary to everybody saying his bars was written by other people, then where them bars at anywhere else?
But here's my question.
He do very personal bars.
Yeah.
So
here's my question. In 2023, besides people in our age group, do people even care about that anymore?
Yeah. That's how she exists. Because she's in that generation.
I don't know. Okay.
She's young. And she just, like I said, she's just one example. I can go through an entire list of hundreds of young people that are doing their thing at that level.
I mean, are they a big stickler about who writes whose bars? Do they?
Yeah, they care.
Yeah. Okay.
They care. The culture never dies. It transfers over to people.
Because you're really telling your story. It's about a reflection of your community. It's a reflection of your life and a reflection of everything. And when it comes to MCing and penmanship, that had to be one of the standards that you had. You can't call yourself an MC.
And that's in every culture. Yeah. No one, if I pull up and I got a Mona Lisa and I say I did it, nobody gonna believe that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna say, "Oh, you traced that? That's Mona Lisa." So if I come with a copy of a comic book cover and we know that you colored, I say I colored this. Wow. No, that's your name, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's culture transmits through experience, and these people are naturally gravitating to the experience. And when someone takes pride in themselves and their knowledge of who they are, they want to express who they are. They don't need anybody else to write that. They're not trying to fit into a mold. They just trying to be themselves. She doing her own fucking thing.
That's kind of what I want. I kind of feel like, at least with me, being the filthy casual, I see people mostly just following trends now than being themselves.
Yeah, and that's what she is.
And my only argument is what we talked with younger folks and younger fans. It's practice your art, do stuff your way, but you cannot dish your foundation. Right. Well, some folks I see a lot of that. You have to know your history, and you can't compare the two. You can't compare the history to today's standards. You have to at least know your foundation, and some don't even want to do that. So if I see one more argument on the Bird app about Beyonce versus Michael Jackson, I'm gonna slap somebody. It's some folks online, silly folks that try to put Beyonce over in Michael Jackson.
Because that's all they can talk about. Because again, these are the mainstream conversations. So you can't get into conversations that are interesting. If I really want to get into a conversation, I'd do Raphael Sadiq versus Prince.
There you go.
Well, see, at least you're familiar with that. But the folks that stand and stuff
only know the mainstream.
Well, that too. But you're too young to know what MJ's really accomplished to put the two against.
But see, again, they're not too young to know.
No, the ones that I've seen is a lot of.
No, it don't matter what age you are. Because when I was young, I understood the value of the OJs, and I understood the Ohio players, and I understood the band Chicago.
Yeah, you
I
did.
understood the value, and that's the thing. It's that's why I say culture is transmittable, because everybody's not supposed to get it, but as long as one person get it, it's going to spread.
Right.
And she got it.
And so we can't be sitting here worried about whether Drake got it or not. Drake is successful. Worry about the one who's coming up.
And me, Drake's not making music to me. No, I'm not mad. Like, let him do his thing. Yeah. He got a whole fan base.
Because that time.
But see, and that's the thing too. So then you go and talk about discovery, right? We supposed to be responsible and put these little Sims on the map.
Exactly.
We don't even supposed to be talking about Drake.
That's because
everyone's going to talk about Drake. We're supposed to be talking about Lil Sims right now. Because that's the DJs don't break the records no more. These people, you got to go on these streamers to listen to these people. And you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So here you go right here with someone, Lil Sims, boom.
That's because people get scared to go outside of their comfort zone, their boxes.
They're cheating. Why do you think Joe Budden wanted to talk about a Drake album?
Because he knew Drake was going to
go get him the ratings. He's going to give him the ratings, the views, the hits.
Let's talk about the business behind it.
It's the hustle.
It's the hustle.
You a fuckboy for the same shit.
But he's have a term called potting. And I think potting is one of those things where you put that to the side and you do your WrestleMania shit. So all of that could have just been talk to get the ratings.
Just to get the clicks.
Get clicks. Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the most popular rapper.
It may not how he feel about the album personally.
But it could be just being heel for the sake of the
But he went heel with it.
Yeah.
He went heel with it.
And I'm for that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That right and wrong.
Gets clicks.
Right.
But again, he could have used that platform in that time. If you're going to shit on this guy, now show us what you should be listening to. Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you don't like Drake, pull up a little Sam.
Yeah.
Hell, even rappers that are more established. Joey Badass's last album was nasty.
Yeah, that album was actually really
nasty. He went back to the beat, to the old school.
To the 1999.
Yeah.
Waves. He went to the Waves.
He went to Waves, which is where I want him.
Yeah, Waves was always my favorite.
Also looking for Kendrick Lamar to go back to them Section 80 days.
You think that's going to happen though?
Yes. Think about you.
What's going to do?
Think of you as an artist.
What's going to do it? Because J. Cole I believe J. Cole is on some other stuff right now. But I don't see Kendrick. I see the album creation and the concepts. I give him that. I don't think he's on that.
Kendrick is on a long cycle. Why? Kendrick is on the Nas cycle.
Oh.
So it's going to be a while before you get there. But
that's a long journey.
It's going to be a while.
Because now Nas is
just now getting there.
The rope, baby.
Just now.
He's there.
That's one hot album every 10-year average.
That don't mean nothing no more. He got him back.
Yeah. It took him time to get there.
That was a great line.
It was. Dude, people don't, that's why I say I don't care what Nas said about Jay. Jay had already gave everything. Like, there was no way to come back from that.
Just the line, he was laughing in the line.
It's just he was like, he broke the whole math. He was like, let's say you did every two. He said 2 of those shits was due. And then he went through the whole.
That's one album every 10-year average. That's so lame. Nigga, what you trying to do? Like he
trying to get knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, he was going in, and it was so basic. He didn't have to be all complex. He didn't have to dig in with no. And then the beat was perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect battling.
It
was like the balance of pop and culture,
right?
Which is what we want. That's what we need. That's what Gangstar was.
Yeah,
perfect balance.
Perfect.
We need that. Drake actually has those moments.
How you feel about the Kanye leaks?
Which one? The one we was going off?
Yeah, the one we was going off.
So that's not fair for a couple of reasons.
Well, that's past tense.
Well, not just that it was past tense, but the whole point of that photo shoot, the photographer told him, she said, "I want angry Kanye. I want the frustrated Kanye that people don't like." So he started talking crazy shit. How much of that was true versus him just taking in the moment? And
I didn't know this.
That was the intent of that photo shoot.
What's my motivation? Anger.
Yeah, she told me, give me angry Kanye.
Nas wasn't rapping off beat on.
Yes, he was. That's why I never liked Nas.
Shout to Kids.
Yeah, he was. But the question is, see, people forget, and this is one thing that I know about Kanye. If he said it in public to someone else, he already said it to you.
Okay, all right.
That's why people say, "Oh, Pusha got to respond." Pusha already know. Yeah. Kanye already told Pusha, "Your ass."
I gave you that album. That should have been my album.
Yeah, Pusha know what Kanye think because Pusha and Kanye talk, and Kanye tells everybody around him what he think. Right. Kanye is not a throw a rock, hide hand person. Yeah. That's what made Kanye so dangerous. He says it. He goes on national TV and says George Bush don't care about black people.
He make my Myers so uncomfortable. He said that. You saw his like he didn't know how to respond. Like he was like
that's not on the problem.
He's like, I do not know what to do here. I love hearing him talk about it in the aftermath.
He was a deer headlight.
Like when he talks about it in the aftermath, he's like, I love Kanye. I do. But he had me in an unenviable position. He's like, what do I do? He's like, I can't crack a joke after that. He's like, what do I do with that?
Super quick after that.
Jay is honest.
Right.
And he gives people honesty. So no one who he mentioned doesn't know what Ye thought about it. Ye will talk about it and Ye will explain it. That's why if you pay attention on Watch the Throne, Jay and Ye are taking shots at each other.
Yeah.
This is conversation that they had, and they said, let's talk about it. Put it on the fucking song. And they talk about each other on the song. Not in a way like they don't like each other, but they're acknowledging the shit that annoys them about
the
each other.
brotherhood. Yeah. It's like Double Dragon.
They was going in. And that's what made that album so dope. They was like, Watch the Throne. This is what we do. Right. You can't do this because you ain't even on this intimate level with us.
Exactly. Right.
We got this. Right. We know each other. I think this.
You watch the Throne because we're not even there. We're doing this.
Yeah, this is what we doing. Yeah, we talking about our life.
Yeah.
Wow. That shit was brilliant. And it's so subtle. And that's why people don't understand the brilliance of that's again, Kanye is a pop artist. From day one.
I agree.
He structured his first album out around pop culture and success. He knew what he was doing. The whole nigga, first nigga with a Benz and a knapsack, get the fuck out of here. Who bought that? Like, only people who don't listen to music thought he was the first dude with a Benz and a knapsack. Come on. Like, Brand Nubian went platinum. Poor Records Teachers went platinum. Public Enemy went platinum. You know what I'm saying?
Grand Poopa wore a knapsack and had a Benz in the I Like You video.
That's true.
Grand Poopa.
But that's what I'm saying.
Stud dude.
All these dudes was doing that before Ye, but Ye played a role,
positioned himself,
and he talked some shit.
Yeah,
he talked basically, and that's so. Here's the thing: a fuckboy is a dude that say and do anything for pussy. What's the difference if you say and do anything for success?
Same deal.
It's a fuckboy.
Same deal.
So if you need to get your ratings, and so you want to talk about Drake's album because he's the hottest shit right now, you're a fuckboy because you're doing it for the attention. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I say. Fuckboy, be a fuckboy. Right. Fuckboy's I'll be a fuckboy sometimes, but I know that's not me in the greater scheme of things. But like, we gotta let people go through their stages, go through their cycles.
But it's just music, though. Like
it is.
But is it the message or is it?
There's no negative. We gonna talk about messages. What's negative that Drake says versus what Griselda say, or versus what Ghostface and Raekwon say?
Hey, let's leave them out of it. But,
hey, yo, son, set your fucking beard on fire. No.
Ray said something. All right. Listen to girl. I scrape your girl. Like,
yeah.
Wow. Yo, grab the great tape. Like, yo, they
but
get
the thing
wild.
is that the full range of emotions is present in hip hop.
Yeah.
And depending on where you at in a particular point in your life, one point in your life you might think Nas is the one. Another moment you might think Jay is the one. Another moment you might not like either one of them. You might be liking Drake. Yeah. So that's the whole point, is that all the emotions are there for wherever you are at a particular point in time. Embrace that emotion and let that cycle through. When you're heartbroken, you got your music you listen to. I'll probably listen to some Kanye and Drake on Heartbreak before I listen to like some other people. Yeah. Because I know they're going to give me what I need to get through that heartbreak. And I love that about hip hop.
In the night, I've seen the sun.
Yeah, all that shit.
Well, I need Goldfish not go online and play folks on
that song sound like he should.
Listen, so look, if you gonna go play MK1 or you gonna go play some Street Fighter, put on some fucking Ghostface. You gonna murk.
Oh yeah, dude, go live a Ghost.
You gonna murk anybody, Madden, whatever.
Yeah,
you gonna
go in.
Everybody getting it.
Assassination Day. I'll give you a list. I'll give you a track list.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. So all right, well, let's get to the horror, man. Let's get to the horror situation.
Yeah, it's a lot. This is the long one.
Yeah, this is a long one. Welcome
you get to
back,
break them
man.
up into pieces.
This is.
It is the spooky season.
This is spooky season.
This is the beginning of spooky season. Shout out to Moxie Peaches and her. What is she doing? A horror day?
Doing
cosplay.
31 days of horror cosplay.
That's true.
Yeah, she does that. Okay, so first of all, her
first lady of FNG.
Yeah.
Silent Hill is scary. She did a Silent Hill nurse.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
That was dirty.
Ugh. That one eye with the all right, Moxie. I can't already had enough with you when you was playing it.
Right. So while we all know there's a lot of horror stuff out there, what is everyone watching right now? We just getting to the tip of the iceberg. This is just like the kickoff of us really talking about this. So what is everyone watching and what's good out here?
So like for myself, I went through a little horror gauntlet this past weekend. I checked out Amazon Prime's Totally Killer. So it's a comedy horror. And long story short, you know how everybody left the reference Back to the Future because it's like one of the ultimate 80s movies or whatever like that. So what Back to the Future had like a Scream context to it.
The entire fuck.
Yeah. So basically,
what is it called?
Totally Killer.
Totally Killer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like Totally Killer.
Like Totally Killer, dude.
Right. Exactly. So it's like basically it's like I say Back to the Future but with a Scream context to it. So basically, long story short, it's about a young girl. Parents grew up in the 80s, this and that, whatever. So along comes across a serial killer who kills young girls by stabbing them 16 times on their 16th birthday. So it's up to
Sweet 16.
Yes, Sweet 16 slasher. So basically, it's up to her. And after this killer goes, slight spoiler, goes after her mom and dad, she got to go back in time via a amusement park machine.
What?
That her best friend constructed to become a time machine.
Pause. That was
right.
This sounds real
crazy. Is this a Tubi movie?
No, this is Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime.
Damn. No, it was Tubi. They'd be in the hood and fighting in the cemetery.
First of all, so they built a time machine out of an amusement park?
No. Her best friend did this. Her best friend was a black chick. She built a time machine.
Black Girls Rock. Shout out to that.
Time machine out of an amusement park ride.
That's weird, but okay.
Really weird, but okay.
Also, like the merry-go-round.
The polarity will probably take them
exactly.
to go through.
So
88 miles per hour.
Yeah. So basically, she
goes not the wizard,
right? Basically, she goes back in time and she tries to prevent these killings from happening in order to save her mom. And
Wait a minute, save her mom. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of tripped out. I mean, it's one of those movies where it's like execution-wise, it's cool. When we actually sit down and see it,
you explain it.
Hit or miss, baby.
So
it's like
where did you watch this?
Mice from Mars or something. Really good.
What was the rating on
Amazon? Well, it just came out, so from
no, this is new.
Yeah.
Okay, so I appreciate that they were willing to have the courage to do such. Because this reminds me of like those movies like Explorers where them dudes in a computer made a bubble and went to space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like weird shit like that.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Baby Ethan Hawke. Yeah.
Baby Ethan Hawke.
Stephen Dorff was also in The Gate.
Yep.
That was baby Stephen Dorff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
That was the little brother who was
before he was Deacon Frost.
Yeah, before he was Deacon Frost. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so
I appreciate that attempt. Was it executed well?
In some parts it was, other parts it could have been better done.
The time machine part.
Time machine part was cool.
Okay.
So I get
because nowadays with the knowledge we have of quantum mechanics, time machines and movies about time don't work the same no more.
No, they don't always.
You have to now we have to ignore what we do know,
right?
Because we now know there are more facts closer to time travel than not.
And then with this factor of the whole thing of it taking place in the 80s and like a reference Back to the Future and such, everybody want to emulate Back to the Future so much.
So she did the Back to the Future moment.
Yeah, and then you gotta have your little 80s nuances like the music and stuff like that, and so on. But it's an okay watch. It's an okay watch.
So would you recommend it? Like if I ain't got nothing to do after I leave here,
right?
Should I watch it?
Give it a watch.
Okay.
Give it a watch. Let me know what you think.
You heard it. He said, "Watch it."
So, all right. So my second,
y'all hit the comments if y'all like it or not.
So my third joint I'm gonna recommend, or
what was the second?
Watch Pet Sematary Bloodlines.
So this is a follow up?
This is a prequel.
Oh, this is a prequel.
This is an actual prequel.
So a prequel to the reboot or a prequel to the original?
Prequel to the original.
Is this how it became the Pet Cemetery, or is this okay?
Because then they do a reboot, a newer version of the Pet Cemetery.
When they did a reboot, and they had I forgot the one actor's name, but John Lithgow was the Fred Gwynn character. Talking about Dead is Better.
Yeah. So that's not. This is not a reboot of the sequel or the prequel.
It's a prequel of the original.
That's
no,
weird.
it's a prequel of the original because it takes place where you have the younger version of the Fred Gwynn character from the original movie.
So wait a minute. So the new Pet Cemetery was not a sequel. Was a sequel or a remake?
No, that was a remake.
But they're not going to do it. They didn't do the prequel of the remake. They did a prequel of the original.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's so complicated.
Well,
because the prequel to this, the prequel takes place in the late 60s. Takes place in 60s.
Oh, so it go way back. So it has to be from the original.
Right, exactly. So that's what this is.
That's deep.
And it goes into the lore of how the cemetery first is initiated, going through all the little rituals and things like that. I forgot the young actor's name who plays young Jed, but you got some big names up in here playing supporting characters like Henry Thomas from E.T., who, in my opinion, has been killing it with horror stuff, especially when he's been in these Mike Flanagan movies on Netflix. You mean
the little boy is now acting as an adult?
Yeah, Henry Thomas, Elliot, E.T. Mm-hmm. He's up in here. David Duchovny is up in here also.
Nice.
Pam Grier, still killing it. Legendary Pam Grier.
I can't say it on camera.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of which, sidebar, just real quick. Your boy from $1 Million Worth of Game.
Who, Wallow?
Wallow was talking to Pinky on the phone. That nigga told her, I love you. He was like, and then he was like,
hey, yo, you know what you just said.
He said, he's like, no, I didn't. And then he was like, oh, that was a jail relapse. I'm sorry. That was
wow.
If you know who Pinky is, you understand.
Yeah. Wow.
I was dying. Pinky. Yeah, shout out to...
But definitely I would give this a recommendation also. So
Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
Yeah. Now, my last joint that I checked out, VHS 85. And there's been a whole lot of series of these VHS.
So this is a new one? Outside of the trilogy?
The newest song.
Did you see 94?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 85 is...
this is on Shudder.
Yeah.
So this is a fourth one.
Yeah, fifth one.
Fifth one. VHS 2, VHS Viral, VHS 94, VHS...
99.
Oh, VHS 99, and now VHS 85. So it's 5 of them.
Oh, I'm missing something.
Which one you missed? Viral?
I don't know. Probably Viral.
Viral had... You would know Viral because it had the skateboarding guys fighting the zombies.
Oh, I did see that.
So
wait a minute. Did something... I guess
VHS 1, VHS 2, VHS
I remember the trilogy and
99, 85.
No, I didn't see 99. 99.
That was 94 also.
So it's 6 of them, man.
Well, damn, I'm definitely missing a couple.
Yeah.
I thought it was only the trilogy.
That's more than that.
Why?
Well, the crazy part... well, here's the interesting part with it. So with VHS 85, this basically... The overall theme is about the whole thing of the whole satanic panic epidemic that happened in like around 85 or so.
Satanic panic.
That's a fucking
I mean, that's what it was known as. That's when Dungeons and Dragons got demonized by people.
That's a great band.
Metal music. 1985.
1985.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Still intact.
So wait a minute.
They mentioned the Stranger Things. Actually.
Wouldn't they? Wasn't they like lynching witches and witch hunts and all that?
No. You're talking the witch hunt, the real witch hunt. You're talking about is way back.
Way back.
Stuff.
Yeah, but this is just saying this when just like they were saying video games and all these things were
metal
bad.
music.
Yeah, metal music was
punk rock,
heavy metal and all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all everything. Christians just was going off.
What's so funny is that they weren't even listening to the lyrics of some of these songs because they would list stuff like a Black Sabbath or Led Zeppelin song, and that song is about having sex and doing drugs, not about Satan. Not about Satan.
Okay, Max.
So
Maxie.
So yeah, it was doing like you said during the satanic panic of the 80s, and that was a harsh time.
Was it a good movie though?
No, it was good overall.
I like VHS 85. To me, it fits the theme. Like some of the vignettes were good, some were bad.
Yeah,
it's typical anthology form. So some stood out, some didn't.
Scott Derrickson, who's known for Sinister and who was originally supposed to do Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, he's got a segment in here. He's got a segment, and it stars. I believe the actor's name is James Ransom, who played adult Eddie from It. And it also co-stars Chicago's own Freddie Rodriguez from Dead Presidents and Planetary fame as a cop. That one was pretty good.
Oh, Planetary, that was a really good movie. It's very bloody.
Yeah.
So that was recommended too.
That one I would highly recommend.
So that's the top recommendation. If I could watch
top
one
recommendation.
Okay. And do you need to watch the others to watch that one?
No.
Because they're all standalones ultimately.
Yeah, they are. The only thing they have in common is tapes and viewing people's tapes and finding dead bodies that have watched tapes. Apparently, except for Viral, which was the ice cream truck that was going around broadcasting the signal, which was still weird. But
no, I didn't see. That was the third one.
Yeah, Viral. Yeah, that's the one with the ice cream truck and the girl got kidnapped and the guy was chasing around and caught the truck and watched the videos and found out it was just an elaborate trap to get him at the end of it all.
Well, speaking of traps, did you see the latest Saw? Anyone else saw it?
No.
The latest Saw?
What, Saw Spiral or the one?
I'm amazed that there's still Saws. Why are there still Saws?
I don't know. They keep making
Just one more time. Just the last one.
But I thought Saw. So now there's copycats, right?
No, he's back. He's back.
He's
back with a vengeance.
Is he still on a tricycle?
Nah,
the tricycle was just a doll. It was the guy. Right. Just a doll.
The man is back.
The man
the first movie. All right, the guy was on the
Toby Hooper is killing people again.
Coming back with a vengeance.
Why don't they understand?
Because he got sick, man. He got cancer. You want to find out why they treated him.
But he survived.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Was it so stupid in general?
Yes.
Yeah, people like rob stores in there and cutting off zeros.
I like Spiral though. I thought Spiral, the one with Chris Rock, I thought that was okay.
I didn't see that
because it's not. It doesn't say.
No! Wait, who? Morgan Freeman was in?
No, it's Chris.
Wait, who was his?
Chris Rock.
Who was his partner?
His partner was a young dude. His partner was the killer.
Oh shit!
But Sam Jackson played his father.
Guess what?
Sam Jackson played his father. Yeah.
Right. So I did see that. Okay.
Yeah. So how many of those have there been?
Just 10? One Spiral, or I guess if you count them all, about 10 or 11.
Don't get kind of sitting about the Star franchise. All right, it's been 15 of those. All right, now.
Man, I'm just amazed.
But this is your thing though? Horror movies have all those sequels. The Exorcist. This Exorcist Beginning is supposed to be the sequel to the original
Believer. Now here's
here's
the crazy part about that. So we all know that this is infamously, and I say infamously, directed by David Gordon Greene, the same guy who gave us this last Halloween trilogy.
Oh no!
And the reviews have already been going in, and they go in.
They go in.
Here's the crazy part, though, and want to talk about something spooky. Before William Friedkin, the director of the original Exorcist,
his name is William Friedkin.
yeah. Before he sadly departed.
That's a good porn name.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
So
what we doing tonight?
Yeah. He writes himself.
So before William Friedkin sadly departed this year, he said in his own bed, and he tweeted this. He said that, so I'm hearing that the masterpiece that I originally created called The Exorcist is about to be rebooted, about to be directed by this guy named David Gordon Greene. This is the same guy who brought us Pineapple Express. So I say that, hey, I wish him best of luck. Hopefully he finds some success in this.
He said, fuck the kids.
But he says, however, if he does shame to something that I created and worked very hard to do, then I'm going to come back from the afterlife and make his life a living hell. This is what he tweeted. I was like, that's a way.
For the guy who wrote The Exorcist, that's a terrifying threat.
William Peter Bradley is the original writer. William Friedkin, the original director.
Because I'm sure he did research.
That's some hard shoes to fill. I wouldn't even pick up on that movie.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even touch it.
To me, much like Rosemary's Baby, The Exorcist should have been untouched after the first one.
Let's just be glad there ain't no Poltergeist reboot.
Chucky.
Well, there was, unfortunately.
That
There was, unfortunately.
It came out?
Yeah, it came out some years ago.
I'm glad I didn't know.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I did see that. It was horrible. There
was a poltergeist.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay, so I thought that was just the name of it. I didn't know it was actually.
No,
it was connected.
It's supposed to be the same. He was supposed to be Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Right.
So horror sucks.
Wait a minute. That Starscream. What direction you just come from?
I'm telling the people.
I've been saying this since
mainstream.
That horror sucks.
Mainstream.
Yeah, and y'all always argue with
me. No, I told you.
Horror is an acquired taste.
I didn't argue. Hold on, I ain't in there. I ain't say that. I ain't in there.
You said acquired.
You ain't about to lump me into the everybody's now. You ain't about to
take fail.
Me neither. I'm not even in there.
Nah, man.
Me and Kate got words.
Put your arrows down. Put your arrows down. Look, I always say.
What you mean?
But I always said horror are built for stupid people, like stupid circumstances, stupid, to a point where the audience is stupid to the audience. It's like, give me intelligent horror.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. I keep telling y'all,
okay.
no one's listening to me.
I heard
no one's listening to me about it.
No, that and that Talk to Me, I heard was good.
Talk to Me was good. Autopsy of Jane Doe was good.
I was so disappointed in that Evil Dead Rise.
No one can save you. I can see. Disappointed.
What about Evil Dead Rise was Rise? What the fuck was it even about?
About a mother, about a kid who was doing some shit he shouldn't have did. He brought that book.
I mean, it's out in the open, I guess. But the end result is that
happens in every movie when they read the book.
So I mean,
what happened to the book and the soundtrack? And he was dead.
He played the soundtrack. What happened to the last movie? What happened to the last movie though?
Huh?
The last Evil Dead.
She's still out there somewhere. Remember,
they unleashed it in that movie.
But the director said, and if you remember the lore from way back when, it's 3 books. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. True.
So now we have all 3 books out in the open. There's the one that Bruce had, the one that old girl had.
That's why they look different.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they're 3 different books.
So we're finally getting to the point where we can say that all books have been opened.
So so
there are 3 different entities that needed to be unleashed.
Yes.
And now they're all out.
They're all out.
Well, fine. Okay, now it makes sense.
All the dead.
Even though that movie was still stupid as fuck.
All the Deadites are out now.
Hey man, this is what y'all like. Y'all like horror.
That's not horror. That was shock. Which is not horror.
I'm not gonna go back on not liking horror, but
I'm not downing anyone that likes horror, but I'm just saying there's a level of
I get
you got
to turn off.
You gotta look.
You have to
just like we said in hip hop. You gotta look for the shit.
Why didn't anybody leave the fucking apartment?
They couldn't.
They could.
When
she opened the door.
Which time?
When they let her out, they could have went out.
I ain't going out in the hallway with that.
She came back in, I would have went out.
How? It's only one way in, one way out.
She wasn't working. There was times when she wasn't focused on the door. And everybody sat there like watching her go out there. But who should I get next?
But okay,
and as soon as she focused on you,
but you know what happens then? You get murdered by one of the guys she can kill in the hallway. That's a deadite.
And that's fine. But I'm not staying in the fucking apartment with her.
See, and that's where
I wouldn't have wanted to stay either, but I wouldn't have once I saw the other
earthquake
people.
No earthquake, I'm outside, man. I'm
not sitting there. Like I sat there watching like what the fuck? And
y'all gonna sit here and deal like you're asking questions.
Like Cabin in the Woods already solved the ultimate problem with all these stories.
Go ahead.
And they still act like that movie didn't come out. We have to understand Hollywood continuity too. Once a movie comes out and corrects your flaws, don't do a movie where you put the flaw back in.
No.
Like they already solved the fact that one guy, remember in Cabin in the Woods, he kept saying, why are we picking anything? What the fuck are you guys doing? We're not reading from that book. Don't touch that. Don't go over there.
Well, remember, everyone was chemically treated too, except for him. Because he had smoked different weed than they provided him.
Yeah.
Because everyone was acting out of character because they had been grooming.
And he kept saying that. He was like, am I the only one here?
He's like, when is Kirk an aggro bro?
Right.
Like when is he? Like, when is she a slut? Like, these are y'all acting weird.
And then he said, maybe we should split up. He said,
When is that ever a good idea? Like,
That's never a good idea.
It was like that guy, and he was the one who survived.
But see, if you want an intelligent horror story that you don't know what's going to happen, once again, broken record, Autopsy of Jane Doe. 2 guys in a morgue, 1 dead body, lots of mystery, and the shit gets nuts.
Okay.
The shit gets nuts. You like The Offering, right? You watched The Offering was good.
Yeah.
Because the circle, dude. I knew that the rabbi was dead. The one that went and then he was like, "Come on, help me! I'm right here." And dude stepped out the circle. And then he told he's like, "Come on, we're gonna get some help." You shouldn't have stepped outside the circle. And then he showed him the body, and it all went to hell. He ready to kick it.
Yo, we're live and direct with Nancy. What's up?
He ready to kick it.
What's up?
What you on?
I'm at Elephant Castle.
Oh, what you doing up there?
Did they forget anything?
What are you talking about? You said go somewhere where the marathon people at. It's marathon people here.
Okay, that's what's up. So you coming up, or you on the way down?
Wait, I'm here. I'm downtown.
He waiting for you, wingman.
I got you. We ain't left yet.
Oh, you left the pod.
Yeah, we almost done.
We're almost done.
I didn't think y'all be going this late. Wow.
Yeah, I'll be heading there in a minute. I'll be right there.
We wrapping up.
Yeah, we wrapping up now, Max.
I didn't even mean to call.
No, you good. No, you perfectly fine.
You're fired.
Oh shit! Whoops, I hung up on him.
Flat Nerd Group. That's how.
Oops, I hung up on him.
That's how it rolls,
So
man.
you say you at the Elephant Castle?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go there afterwards.
And I'm going to take it beyond movies. And this podcast, which is now TTPRG, is the shit.
Wait, hold up. Let me put you on the camera. All right, do you on this camera?
On this camera.
Yeah.
I've been listening to this podcast for about 3 years. Old Guys of Appalachia. They finally dropped the TTRPG, which is the role-playing game for it. This is good horror.
What is that called?
Old Gods of Appalachia.
I saw that somewhere.
This is one of the best.
That's a role-playing game?
It's a role, but it starts out as a podcast. It's a podcast first. And it is one of the best horror, some of the most authentic, original storytelling in there. The storyline, Bill Mama, a Coffin, is amazing. And it's just all Appalachian Mountain.
So how do you
horror.
turn it into a role-playing game? Like the stories are in there, but then also the way the different...
Mm-hmm.
Like the point systems and everything?
Yeah. So they just pretty much took their podcast stories and made them... No, it's just not. They took the podcast stories and made it into a RPG. And is one of the most popular and successful horror podcasts to ever launch.
Wow. So this is a really podcast.
Good. It still is a podcast.
And then they made a book from the podcast.
They made a bookcast from the stories on the podcast.
We can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is it. Okay. Since we don't like fucking horror that's out.
Make your own horror. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I make mine all the time. I create stuff all the time. But one of the best...
What is that? The one, you know, that organization that catches all of the creatures, that what is it? Something Protect, Contain, SCP. Secure, Contain, Protect. You don't know about SCP?
Hellboy?
No, it's not Hellboy. It's his own thing. It's SCP. Look it up right here. SCP, Secure, Contain, Protect.
This real life?
And well, the rumor is that that's what Cabin in the Woods was based on. That place that they went to when they went down the elevator.
Oh, the Contain. Oh, yeah.
Secure, Contain, Protect is like supposedly a real thing. No one knows the real name of SCP. Just put in SCP. Yeah, see like how it has all those different numbers? Those are all different things that they have caught. Supernatural or otherworldly things that they have contained. And like, there's a bunch of like fan fiction stories about it where people learn about this thing and then like tell stories about it.
Oh, I think I heard about this. Yeah, and they tell stories and then some of these things became films.
Yeah, some of it, and like it's so much shit. Like they got thousands of things.
Yeah, it's tons of stories.
And that's why people think it's real, because where it came from originally was from the dark web. It was on the dark web. Someone was releasing all these SCP files, and each file was with a picture, and like shit. And it was like they were saying this like this was back in the 80s.
Yeah,
like and it's been
because that's where supposedly cryptids and other
database. It was a database of
all these things that we as humans have collected over the thousands of years, and the organizations continue to evolve, and So it's like we're not talking about just like monsters. We're talking about like enchanted items or like a random house that appears out of nowhere, like the house that Constantine is in. Like someone caught that house and then they had to put the house in this electromagnetic field warehouse where it can't teleport out. Like weird shit like that. And it's so precise the way they explain this shit. It's like, who the fuck did this for free? Which is why people don't think it's for free. Because why would someone do this detail and not do anything with it?
Get nothing from it?
Yeah.
Before we get to the closing, another movie everyone should watch is The Deep House. If you haven't watched The Deep House.
That underwater house? Nah, man.
Yeah, it's
good.
It's so good.
The concept sounds boring. You're swimming underwater and then you find a house underwater and you go to the house, it's haunted and there's ghosts. And you're trapped in the house and you're going to run out of oxygen in your tank. Just seems boring.
Oh, fuck all that.
It's super Lovecraftian because they're more like urban explorers. They didn't know the house was haunted. They were just they just
saw a house underwater and they just had to go in it.
Yeah, they were like, why is they apparently in France there are houses that submerged in places that used to be valleys that are now lakes.
And then they get trapped inside.
And so they got trapped inside.
What's haunting?
It's
fish or
it's people. It's people in the house that were left in there to die because of a cult ritual.
Is there a fish haunted?
His house in the water. Oh my goodness! Is it scary fish?
I'm done. He said there's a fish haunted. Can you imagine being in a house and a ghost fish comes swimming at you?
Hey, man.
Wasn't Ghost Fish one of the Love, Death, and Robots?
Yeah, I had problems with Ghost Fish and Ninja.
Exactly. So yeah, Ghost Fish could obviously be scary. You saw Love, Death, and Robots with the fish?
I see that one.
Ninja Gaiden too. Ghost Fish was a bitch.
There was Ghost Fish in Ninja Gaiden.
I was about to say Asylum already covered that with a Ghost Shark movie.
But it's some good stuff out here.
Hold up. Ghost Shark.
It's an Asylum movie.
Wait, what?
There's an Asylum movie called Ghost Shark.
They let me down.
I quit.
So you running not from a shark, but a ghost shark?
On the ground though, on the ground. So it's a shark flying around like a ghost. I don't understand. I can't understand.
It's Asylum, dude. What can I say?
Was it funny at least?
It was laughing.
Was it B-movie? Yes. Was it Wolf Cop funny? Like good and funny?
I still gotta see Wolf Cop.
You didn't watch Wolf Cop?
Because that just sounds so crazy, man.
It's fucking hilariously good.
Wolf Cop. I know
crazy.
you watch Wolf Cop.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. Dude, crazy. A cop gets bit by a werewolf and becomes a wolf cop.
So he's still a cop doing cop activities.
As a wolf. But he turns into a werewolf, but it's very violent.
Okay.
And then it's like, I forgot what triggered it to really go crazy, but at some point he ends up with a wolf cop car. And
it's like Forever Night. Remember Forever Night? The vampire that was a detective?
Yeah. It's just weird. It's weird as shit.
I do remember. God damn, man. All right. But the car had fur?
No, well, did it? I can't remember. It was a wolf, like Batmobile. It was a wolf car.
It was like a wolf motif.
It was hilarious.
Did the car have teeth on it?
I think it did.
Yeah, on the grill, right?
In the grill, I think it had.
But the way they did it, it wasn't corny.
Okay.
But it wasn't. No, it's fucking. This movie is fucking bloody.
It's definitely super. It's like Kung Pao. It's crazy. Kung Fury. Kung Fury.
It's like they deliberately know that it's supposed to be exploitative.
Okay.
But they still
put the dopeness in it.
Yeah, they took it seriously in the midst of knowing that it's not serious.
They took a silly concept, applied serious to it, but didn't take themselves too serious at the same time.
They have a sex scene with a wolf. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
You gotta see it. It's just worth watching.
Wolf Cop. I was going to do an open box. I'll just mention it real quick. Jada Toys. I got this goddamn.
Yeah, she over there whooping She-Hulk's ass.
That's hilarious.
You need a car for it.
Yeah, right.
You don't rent a car.
We'll go.
Yeah, Kid Chuck.
That's child abuse.
No, it's not. He's a doll. Fuck him. It sucks.
And he was a man.
True. All right.
A pornographic man. She missed
Why'd you say it like that? He was a man. A pornographic man.
Don't you remember?
I do, but it's how you say it. Why you say it like that? He was a man.
What's
a pornographic man?
A pornographic man.
It was Cobra Commander transforming.
Corey blessed me with a Braun. That's Braun, right?
Lil Braun.
Somewhere around here.
I don't know. He drove off. He didn't want to get shot.
Studio 86 Braun.
Megatron.
Dude, that fucking Megatron is so fucking serious. Now this one don't transform, right?
Nah, I don't transform.
Yeah, but damn, is it not awesome? Look at his face.
We're getting a new one next year.
Really?
That 3-pack.
Oh yeah.
That Shockwave, Soundwave.
Right.
That was in that video you posted, wasn't it?
My
Corey?
goodness.
No.
You know what? You know what would really be cool if that gun on his back actually was on his shoulder to shoot. I always thought that was that.
He shot the nozzle. The
actual gun that was opposed to the
nozzle.
Right.
I think he used it once in the show. He did it.
Like he used it as a shoulder cannon, right?
Yeah, I think that's like
he shot the side of his hip, something weird like that. He did it once,
and he's right in front of the Blob. Right. Hey, you know in that the X-Men Origins Wolverine, the Blob, that shit was hilarious.
The movie?
Yeah, remember the Blob was in that?
Damn, I forgot.
I forgot X-Men Origins.
I smoked that away.
That movie, like it was the Blob.
The Blob was in the ring fighting.
And he called him Bub. He called him Bub. Did you just call me Blob?
No, I called you Bub.
And he was like, oh, he don't like that. He don't like that. That was Will.i.am in it.
Yeah,
I did not like that movie at all.
Nobody liked it.
You have good reason not to like it.
But it was campily bad and good because of that. Wow. Like sometimes things can be so bad they're good.
They can be. I totally recognize that, and I'm glad you feel that way about that movie. I'm just kind of like
I'm still burned by
it's an entry that I can
by getting rid of Deadpool's mouthpiece, having shoot like eye lasers. I'm still.
He was Baraka. For God's sake, he was Baraka.
But I can appreciate what they were doing because that could. So like we've never actually learned in any detail about Deadpool's pre-stages when they were experimenting on him. Because remember they were experimenting with a lot of shit.
Well, that's true.
So that could have been the precursor to the final stage of Deadpool, which we would know, and I think that would have worked.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, he got rid. No, they're two different universes. In Deadpool 2, he wouldn't kill.
Yeah, he killed him. Even though I don't know how he did that. How do you kill yourself when you heal from everything? We'll just ignore that.
It's Deadpool.
I mean,
you have to
he kept shooting him.
Put him in a block of concrete and drop him to the bottom of the ocean. That's about because both him and Wolverine do need oxygen.
To now know that he actually is just the cancer. Kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like he's not a living person. He's just a big cancerous. Like the cancer is.
No, Deadpool 1 showed his pre-origin stuff.
Well, that's a version of it, yeah. It did. But even I didn't like the first Deadpool's origin for how he got to be a mutant. I feel like it was too easy. He just suddenly jumped, like they just kept torturing him until this one mutagen came out. As opposed to they gave him the mutagen, which is what I like better. Like they kept giving him different mutant powers until one stuck. Okay. And that was the whole reason why they called it Deadpool. It was everybody in there was a part of the Deadpool. And it was seeing who would survive. Let's give you this power. Oh, that person died. I give you that power. Oh, it didn't stick, but you survived. Okay. And he kept surviving because the cancer would beat whatever mutant power they gave him. Because the mutant, the cancer would
regenerate and then
would overpower whatever power he got. So then finally the healing factor is what stuck. And that's the only thing that stuck. But he had other things they tried to give him. Like it was a big, long ordeal. And so I think it was a mixture of both that would make the perfect Deadpool origin.
That'd be crazy if all that other stuff kicked in too.
It'd be ridiculous. I mean, does he have the teleporting device now? Didn't he get that at the end of the last movie? Or is that just time travel?
Well, that's what we're going to find out with Deadpool 3.
If he can do everything.
I don't think he didn't get he doesn't have the body slide device that we knew him to have. For like him and Cable had the same teleportation device for like God knows how long.
That's why I believe he's going to run to the TVA and Deadpool.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he'll get that one thing. Bingo. Then we'll get the full Deadpool experience. Then we'll get Burrito Man.
All right, y'all. So this been a long ass episode.
My bad.
I'd like to thank everybody that showed up. Everybody that was a part of
Damn it,
this.
Amby.
Goddamn it, Amby. Starscream. Welcome back, though, man. It was lovely just chopping it up with everyone here, man.
You killed Charles.
You killed Charles. You work for the Orchids.
Sure, come here. I have the time, Charles.
So go ahead. Any last shout outs? Anyone?
Stop screen. Why didn't you call me? My phone was in airplane mode.
Hey, I'll tell you, the first time I saw that X-Men animation, when at the end, he was like,
oh,
why
you dirty bastard. You did. You did.
Holy shit.
I forgot about that.
Oh! Method Man.
Yeah. That's Bishop and Storm from the X-Men 97 toy line. That's
the Storm that I like.
Yeah,
you dirty
bastard. I was crushing on her.
I like that Storm.
Yeah. Aurora.
Give her the mohawk and everything.
The Mohawk Storm. That's my favorite. That's my favorite version. And I never had a Bishop, but I'm going to still find an old Jerry Curl Bishop.
Oh, with the little...
You gotta get mullet Bishop. You gotta get mullet Bishop.
That's the one that was on the show, I thought. He had
him on the show. It was 97.
Ashford and Simpson. Ashford and Simpson Bishop.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
In the new one, they gonna cut his hair. 97, yeah.
Right, so...
He said... No, but I was talking about the X-Men because he said... Professor X was like, my watch stopped. And then Cyclops was like, what does that mean, Professor? And he's like, it's been magnetized. So that was like Magneto was coming, but it was like that's when the episode ended. And I'll never forget, like that was like an end credit scene for a movie back then. I was like, Was I the only one that felt that way when that happened?
No, you wasn't.
Okay.
I have a different view of that show. I always did though.
What?
X-Men cartoon?
I
didn't like it.
I never liked it.
You did?
I liked it.
Because I had already read the books at that point. So for me, like it was all bastardized, and I was like, these stories are not good.
See, Joe Budden right there.
I didn't like the animation though.
Yeah, the animation wasn't good.
I didn't like that.
I mean, it wasn't the best.
It got better in later seasons.
Later seasons, certain episodes like the whole Jean Grey. What was that?
Even past that, even past that.
Very dope.
Last question, then, since you mentioned that, what was the best animation at that time that you saw on TV?
From
that was not an actual anime.
Batman the Animated Series, hands down.
Yeah.
An animated show or animation in general?
Animation in general.
That was not a film?
That was not an anime. Like
Batman the Animated Series, hands down.
Probably Batman the Animated Series.
Even though that was a lot later.
You said the 90s.
No, I said the 90s, man.
It was
still going.
It was still going. That whole time period. Yeah.
It was like the gold standard at that point.
Yeah,
but that wasn't anime?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to say that.
I can think of,
Bionic 6 for me.
I consider that an anime.
I consider that anime.
That wasn't anime though.
It wasn't anime.
That was toy.
Yeah, it was a toy.
It was animated overseas, yeah.
And it was
actually so was Batman.
Well, if that's the case, then so was Batman. But I mean anime in true sense of anime.
But it came out first in Japan before here. It was translated for US audiences. That's an anime. That's like Speed Racer. Damn near. Same thing.
Don't mention Speed Racer.
It's the same thing. It came from
Cheese!
But yeah.
When you gotta get overcomplicated. I have to win the race because if I win the race and I'll be the champion. I'll be the champion. Yeah, you gotta do it that way. You gotta do it like that. That's Speed Racer.
Man, they be going in.
That's Speed Racer.
Well, what they do is they was pausing it. He would start a word, but I'm like, what's happening? Why did he just pause like this?
It would be a long
they would explain the whole plot in like 30 seconds in one clip of dialogue.
Racer X would do it.
Yeah, Racer X. Like I can't let Speed know that I'm his brother because I'm his brother. I love him so much, but my dad can never know I'm out here. But I have to protect Speed on the track.
I
don't know why they did that. He was stuck
on that note. In this podcast, I am Cosmo Galactus,
Cochise Soulstar,
Amby Warhol,
Corey Greene,
Chauncey Woodson.
We are the Fly in Their Group. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe and share. Tell your friends to the end. We are here forever.
Tell a friend, B.
Yes, sir. And catch us next time.
Beware of this guy.
Salute.
That's all Krakoa got now. Professor Xavier.
What happened?